Sorry, I got the musical gun in my ear.
Netflix down here.
Underwear?
Hi, I'm Melissa, your Stephen King veteran.
Hi, I'm Ben, the Stephen King and horror film fanboy.
And hello, I'm Luke, your first-time Stephen King reader. Douchebag. Yes, that's me. I'm Luke. We're here doing Stephen King's Carrie movie review and reaction. I have never seen it before, but I'm here with Ben.
Hi! How are y'all?
Good.
So do we want to kind of
We're gonna rush through this.
Well, yeah, but do we want to elephant in the
This
room?
is definitely,
Sorry,
this is definitely our first time doing this.
We quite literally just spent the last 25 minutes
Oh, it was like 30...
29.
29 minutes.
Yeah,
It was
29 minutes.
29 minutes.
doing all of this, thinking you guys were all here for us. So,
I'm kind of
We're here now.
loose now, you know.
Luke,
Yeah.
introduce everyone.
All right, I am sitting here next to Sam.
Hey guys, how's it going? I love the intro.
Have you... Oh, yeah, you
It
did
was.
the voice.
I
You
did
gotta
do
do
the
that
voice.
again.
I gotta do that again, of course, because now people are listening.
We'll get there.
We'll
in
get
the middle of the movie, just drop a big Pennywise voice. It'll
just,
be great.
just drop the beat.
Hey,
You have seen the movie Carrie.
Yes, I have seen the movie Carrie before. It was literally this past October, and I don't remember a lot.
Perfect.
Think it was going. I
Do you
was
remember
going
the
in.
first 25 minutes.
Oh yeah, because we weren't shutting up about it for a while, and then.
Also joining me is Glenn of House Dog. You may know him from the podcast The Rolls
Roles,
Plays,
Plays,
and
and Games.
Have you seen this movie?
I have seen the first 29 minutes of this movie.
Okay, how was it going? Did you like?
There was bush.
That's a bush leak joke.
I
We'll get
couldn't
there.
hear a lot of what was going on because there was so much bush going on. You couldn't hear around that. So, but yeah, a lot of period stuff going on.
All right, and across the table for me is Jack. Welcome.
Hi, how's it going? Good to be here. Yeah. I don't know what to say, but I have seen this movie before. Period.
All right, well, with that, make sure you subscribe to Drinks and Those Things on YouTube. Hit that
Yes.
notification bell. You can go out and buy this movie at your desk right now because in the description of this video is a link where you can, it's an affiliate link where you can go and buy the movie, the book, the Kindle, and the audiobook all at one location for
Do
you.
people still use Amazon
All that
Kindles?
People
Oh, yeah.
still use Kindles.
Yep.
You
I
should
have
go
3
buy-
of them.
Hell yeah.
You should totally go buy this because the first 29 minutes is a blast.
It is spot on 1976.
Period.
Yes.
Period. Humor.
Period.
It's a
Oh,
period piece.
it is.
Period.
Period piece.
Yes.
Very
And,
much so.
and by the way, yeah, since we're on YouTube, we won't be able to stream the movie, obviously, for copyright reasons. So we will give like a 2-minute warning from this moment here of we're going to stream it. We'll have some screen caps.
Oh,
So
did
you
you
can kind of
figure
follow
out-
along. But if you can find it anywhere online, and I will put the disclaimer legally.
Did you figure
If you
out
can find
the
it anywhere
slideshows?
online right now, like Luke said, go to that link, buy it on Amazon. You can watch it. We'll give you a countdown: 3, 2, 1, hit play, and we'll watch I'll watch the lion roar. On it
Spoiler alert, though. This movie contains spoilers, so spoiler alert.
All right, so Ben, who directed this movie? Give us a.
This
some
was
real quick
directed.
details.
This was in 1976, directed by Brian De Palma. He is most known recently for Domino, Black Dahlia, Mission to Mars, Mission Impossible. It's starring Sissy Spacek. Also has a few notable names of like John Travolta and Nancy. There was a Nancy Allen, and then it released in 1976. What ran for about a year and a half in theaters, grossed almost about $33.8 million. So pretty good showing for a 70s horror flick.
Oh, not bad.
Not
Not
bad,
bad.
not
Not
bad.
bad. I like it.
All right, you boys ready to watch the first 29 minutes and then start over?
Yeah.
All right, let's
Try to
do
remember
it.
all the
Alright.
jokes.
And a 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
Go.
I don't think the new Star Wars is as good as people say it is.
Yep.
So growing up, I had a friend
Still
who.
waiting on the-
What? Like this?
Where are we coming? What's going on? Is that me?
No, that's
No.
Luke.
Technical difficulties.
So no, Luke, waiting on you to hit play. Then,
I
Luke.
did. You can see it. It was told to play.
Let's try. Yeah, that button there.
God damn it. Hey, there There's a lion.
There's a
There's a lion.
lion. Look at
Put
him.
him up.
Lion and
Put him up.
bear.
Grr.
All right, and it's
Stage
time to-
left even.
2 for 2 now on the times because I have to watch it on my own computer since we only have 4 headphones to use for the group chat here.
Dun, dun.
Hey chat, how's it going?
Pretty good, Jack.
All right.
So, all right. See, and thank you again to Shannon and Peter for hanging out for a while I thought we were live. I was just chatting with them. But hey, AK, Krakens, DA, Chrissy, thank you guys all for being
What's up,
here.
AK? How's it
Hi
going,
guys,
bro?
how's it going?
What up, chat?
So,
So-
one of the girls has a
Shadow
hat.
Yeah,
Volleyball.
pay attention to
I
that.
think
That's
she's the
what we're-
captain.
Yeah,
It's
I-
gonna-
she's Mario. She's Super Mario. Like I said.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say Super Marge.
No, I said Super Mario.
Minute marker,
like-
we just started AK. We're at 1 minute right now. Quite literally.
Which we would be
Shows
at 30
Carrie.
minutes.
Boom,
from
look
now
at
if
that.
one-
Girl 2 just said Carrie.
Yeah, bullier.
Girl too.
Fuck that girl, too.
You
Yep.
eat
Wa-
shit.
Start in the shot. Start in the locker room scene. Girls combing her hair.
The very controversial locker room scene.
Yeah.
Glenn, make your Bush jokes again.
Yeah.
Do it.
Can you turn it up a bit? I can't hear anything past the bush.
Hey!
Hey, he did it.
That's one of those classic Glenn jokes.
What?
We love
I just that came off the top of my head. I didn't
you.
say that ever before.
Didn't write it down hours ago. Revived it.
I didn't write that down 29 minutes ago.
Yeah, because this is how every girl's locker room was. They're all just strutting around naked, throwing things at each other.
The
and
only issue I have is where are the couches?
Yeah.
This is true.
I wish.
These are very difficultly chosen screenshots. So
Yeah.
welcome to
that's what I was
welcome to
worried
my
about.
struggle there, Luke. At least you didn't. Did you just auto like?
I did a 1 per minute, exactly 60 seconds, and I didn't realize that this was
You didn't know this was this was.
Mm.
been year. I have never
So
seen
Stephen
it.
King
yeah.
never like sat there and wrote like naked girls with big bushes like
I feel like
throwing towels at
Hollywood.
each other.
I feel like Hollywood might have gotten involved at some point.
we need fucking naked.
Listen, we need women who are underage to be naked in this scene.
Brian De Palma.
Brian
Yeah.
Cranston.
And AK says hello to the new boys in the room.
hey,
Hi, AK.
Hi, AK. How the heck are you?
That is the Lord Commander,
Yes.
AK 47.
Lord Commander. I dig it.
A monkey.
See,
And it
now this
gets
is the part
quiet.
where I really wish we had the 2 to 3 times speed, just because, like, okay, yes, it's a sweet scene of her washing herself, and it's a slow introduction, and it's like, okay, come on, let's
Well,
go.
remember the first
This
time
this kind of
around.
reminds me of the ending scene in the very first Friday the 13th, when
The
she's
music does sound a lot
Like
like,
on
that.
the,
yeah, on the boat.
On the boat.
yeah, that scene scares the shit
Dude, what
out
was
of
fun?
me.
See,
the
and-
first time around, there was this awkward silence whenever this scene came up, and no one said a word.
Yeah, that's true.
That was when I was trying to figure out the slideshow
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
which
And
was
I
not
actually
working.
was saying
Oh,
there's a
way to
sensual,
go.
and I
Which was
was like,
not
there's a
working.
sensual scene.
Sensual.
A lot of soap.
Exactly. Okay,
Soap
sweet
and
scene, my
water.
ass. Get to the plot.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, spaghetti.
Oh no. Donna.
Uh-oh.
Donna.
Soapy.
Jaws bit me.
Yeah.
Charles.
Jaws.
No, I said Jaws, not
I thought-
Charles.
I thought you said
Char-
Charles.
Charles Darwin.
Charles in charge.
Don't drop the soap, Carrie.
And
Bam.
this Bloody Mary just got a lot harder to drink.
Yeah.
All right, that's the last period joke. Period.
But don't fall.
No, the fuck it's not.
Do you guys feel some of these period jokes are a little contrived now?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not like we've been doing them for 29 minutes or anything.
Not at all.
We're gonna have to do them
Obviously.
again whenever we find out that something else was fucked up and we have to restart the
Yeah.
movie again.
What you-
If it's messed up at this point, I blame.
We're
somebody
calling
else.
it.
We're calling it, boys.
See, okay, now this is what I was trying to say earlier,
Yeah,
29
so-
minutes ago. That
so-
girl that pushes her away, like, that's not an unreal reaction.
Oh, you
Like-
got blood on your
Look-
hand.
Well, yeah, she's freaking out and she's rubbing her blood on other
See,
people.
yeah, so Chris is the one that starts with the have a tampon and
Have a
Yeah.
tampon.
There's Hat Girl.
but yeah, try. And now like Sue's not she just kind of shoved her back in. Nope. Okay, she's the one that takes the thing down.
Yeah.
That like literally rips the
So-
locker off its hinges and just starts throwing all the maxi pads and tampons at her.
Yikes.
Another really lucky screenshot right there.
Right?
Yeah, Chris
Yeah.
or AK. That's AK makes points. See, I know some girls are late bloomers, but how is she getting her first period this late in life? And that's a great
Psychic
point.
powers.
It very much could be something just tied into there being some sort of aggression holding it back.
Well, we also said earlier, like, what did they not have like sexual education? or
Carrie just
whatever?
got
Yeah,
her
that's what I
first
want to
period.
know. Like, you
Mr.
would think
Mackey.
that she would be like, hey,
and
this
yeah,
is
but
her
like that's the thing.
period
Mr. Mackey.
But yeah, and that's the thing though. Like back in the 60s and 70s, no, you didn't have sexual education. You didn't have that kind of shit. That
What
was
are you
very
having
controversial.
sex?
It was very controversial, and especially
Can everybody
you
say with me, penis, 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 vagina,
Penis.
vagina, vagina.
Penis
boys
and
have a
vagina.
penis, girls have vaginas.
You have sex, your dick falls off. That was sexual education back in the day.
Oh man.
Okay, yeah, so that was a female.
Rainbow.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Yeah,
Hat.
Rainbow
Red
Mario,
hat.
Rainbow Hat Mario.
It
Yeah.
shows how much I pay attention.
Is that
Yeah.
Tanuki?
Thank God we're watching this again.
Oh,
Jack.
that'd be a fun. Oh yeah.
So, you're on trash can.
Trash man duty.
That'd be a fun thing. I would love like a setup where like just watch you play Super Mario 3. That'd be cool.
There you
Well,
go.
I-
Check
Play
out-
Super Mario.
I was gonna say check out Mitch Flower Power.
What?
One of the world record holders for
Glenn plays
that
Super
game.
Mario.
He's on Twitch.
It
I'm
just
a
looked
fan
like
of this.
what?
I like Mario 64 speedrunning.
Oh, you got that perfect. You synced that up.
That was-
Good boy. I saw that. That
that
was
was
nice.
luck.
That was hot.
What are we gonna do?
I could just
She
set
had
a
her
60
period.
second timer. and
Yeah.
just click
We
it.
could expel her.
Yeah.
Let's expel her for having her period like a weirdo.
What a bitch.
God damn.
God damn.
And then of course it's all over the school. They were
Yeah,
just
that
like, guess what? Carrie just had her first period.
That freaking weirdo. What's she doing?
It is really just like unfortunate how shitty this whole thing is.
Yeah, we heard you had your
Carrie, though,
period.
right?
We're gonna
Like,
Yeah.
punch you later.
just
yeah.
completely put on a pedestal for all the girls in her class who already freaking hated her.
Literally crucified.
Yeah. I don't know about literally, but
So you can tell this was a
There was blood.
figuratively. Yeah.
what time? What
Yeah.
what time period does this movie take place in?
Well, technically, it's set in
70.
1979.
All right, you can tell it's like
But
the 70s
I
because
think
like
it's
everyone's
second
smoking
hour.
cigarettes. Even the gym teacher.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, that's back in the day when
Cassie
cigarettes were
Rag.
good for you.
I'll give credit. This scene, everything up until this, like through this scene, has been almost spot on to the book. Like from start of the book, like
Has it?
almost line for line.
I don't know about there haven't been that many lines.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's
I remember the first 29 pages of the book. Very similar to what we've seen already.
Well, that's what I was asking like earlier, like as a joke, like was that in the book of like
this is really
Carrie
just a
rubbed
precursor to
herself
Mean Girls.
sensually?
And I get-
Oh God.
I give full credit to AK for that joke there.
Which one?
This is just a precursor to Mean Girls. This is like
Yeah, there you go.
this is the spiritual.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
For maxi pads.
Right.
Quit trying to make fetch a thing.
Don't make a period joke when I'm drinking Bloody Mary. Just I get it.
There we go. She got her powers.
Who would
She's
win-
making the ashtray dance.
Who would win in a fight, her or Mewtwo from Pokemon the first
Ooh,
movie?
that's a good question.
That is a good question. Let's
Yes.
let's unpack that.
All right, chat. Who do you think would win? Give an M for Mewtwo, C for Carrie.
Boom. There it is.
All right.
There it is, dude.
Get your votes in now.
All right, votes in now.
I'll get Streamlabs up. Just don't cuss, cause it'll fucking chuck you out. Doesn't matter who you are.
So,
Sorry.
so
There's a
okay,
few-
the
there's a
gym,
few,
the gym
uh,
teacher just saw her flip the shit out and
Yeah.
like flip the thing, like maybe not with her mind, but she was sitting there and she sees this thing just all of a sudden fly up out of nowhere.
You know what he
Yeah.
was probably thinking? Let's put her on Ritalin.
So like yeah, 'cause,
Yep.
like this next scene, baby Carrie. I actually really like this scene.
Yeah, me too. I've never seen it.
Does Mewtwo,
Creepy Carrie,
does
creepy
Mewtwo
Carrie.
have
Yep.
it?
And she just looks
Does
at
it
him
have
and he
period?
falls off his bike.
Yeah, does Mewtwo have it? Who won? Who won that fight?
Ooh, let's see.
Does Mewtwo have a period?
What was the question? The question is who would win in a fight, Carrie or Mewtwo? Yes, Chrissy. Carrie or Mewtwo?
Now, personally, I would go with Mewtwo.
Yes.
Just for
You think Mewtwo? No questions asked.
the only question I have.
Hitmonlee for the win.
Him only? Okay.
Him only one. Him only one. All right.
No, I'm saying I would call him.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't I don't pokey them on, so I
Oh.
have.
Back in my day, I had all the stickers.
Had all the stickers, all the cards.
So I said this earlier, 29 minutes ago, but it's gonna be like it's gonna be like 3 hours from now back. So 29 minutes ago when we were watching the movie, how weird would it be if it's like, oh, I'm meeting a student's mother, you know, and she's wearing a cloak. Like, what the heck?
I don't know, because some people wear like
Who? When was the last time you saw someone wear a cape
not like a
out?
not like a cloak, but like a poncho-ish type thing. I've seen it.
I've seen it.
I'm gonna plead the
Poncho.
fifth on that one. I'd prefer not to.
A
answer.
poncho.
There you go.
I'm around too many Harry Potter conventions to.
Oh yeah, there you
admit
go.
the last time I
Oh,
saw people. in
Oh, look at
cloaks.
this.
I haven't been to
Oh
a
my
convention
God.
in a minute.
Almost a year.
Mhm.
We need to go again.
Yeah, I would love to go to one.
Yeah, actually, great question by AK. Why the fuck was that kid not in school?
Yeah, no.
You know, it's middle of the day. You know,
it is towards the end of the
Parents are
school
probably
year.
divorced.
Yeah.
and it was first period of the day. That was not actually meant for that.
That's
He
why
said
it was so
that.
good.
He
That's
said
why-
that.
That's why it was so
That was good.
Drink for the
Drink,
drink.
Take a drink.
Drink. Carrie's a bitch. Drink.
Carrie is a delightful person.
She is.
With
I
an
know.
unfortunate back.
But it was the first class of the day.
The word of the
Uh,
day.
and so he just might be playing a bit. Trying to think of a pun. Trying to overforce a pun.
Oh man.
Okay, so her mom. So there's Jenny Weasley, and then we got.
Not my mom. Not my other son. You bitch.
There you go.
Oh man.
dirty bitch!
Look what you've done to my pig.
Bella
I
Twix.
think they're marigolds.
Yeah.
Bella
You know, I
Twix
think they are
Lestrange
marigolds.
does something for a piece
not
of.
know.
I'm totally waiting for Mrs. White to pull a Zoidberg.
There we're not.
Yeah.
She's very sneaky, you see. I think she
Yeah.
might underestimate her sneakiness.
So they have a for sale. So
very, very sneaky.
like,
So I'm gonna tie this
so
into
is the hou-
Game of
is it
Thrones.
like the house
so
for
she's
sale? Like, are they
she's
like foreclosing,
Littlefinger.
or are they squatting, or what's the deal?
Suits, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the house. Why it's for sale?
Yeah,
If-
I
if it's
didn't
just,
catch that the first
like,
time.
Is
oh,
this the
being
house? Wait.
foreclosed on? Are
Well,
they not making?
is that
I mean-
their house or is it the neighbor's house? It might be the neighbor's house that's for sale.
It could be.
True.
move it?
Moving
Like saying
because
that,
of.
like,
Because
yeah.
of fucking psycho.
And
because-
nobody
yeah,
wants to live next to him.
period.
Could be.
Okay, we're getting a little bit of backstory for the neighbors. I like it. I
Carrie
like it.
I like
became
the depth.
Yeah.
Carrie became a
We're
child of
outta
the corn?
here.
Question mark. That's
Question
my.
mark is not a period. But yes, I like
Yeah.
where you're going.
It's a period with a
appreciate
little.
your-
Exclamation point.
It's a period with a hook at the end of it.
You guys want to talk about semicolons?
like Captain Hook.
Arr. Peter Pan. I
So
had
now we're
me
bringing
first
colons
period.
into this
Peter
loop.
Pan.
Come
I
on,
was
we're
gonna
on
say,
periods.
That is not the same biological
I-
system.
I,
For those who don't know, the
Arr.
colon is not in the menstrual system. I'm pretty sure.
Peter Tree, yeah, that's about
could
right.
be.
Lu- That's
Depends
about
on
right,
how
Peter.
much
That house
white-
in 1979, 40K. 2020, 1.3 mil.
Depends on how much White Castle
He's
you
been
eat.
watching House Hunters.
He's been- I'm an underwater botanist, and he's a microbiologist or a micro basket weaver. Our budget 4.3 million.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'd flip that.
I raise hamsters for milk. My budget is 8 million.
Can you
That's
milk
a
a hamster?
lucrative business.
Right? Milk
Can-
hamsters.
Can you milk a hamster?
I don't know, Greg. I have nipples. Can you milk me?
Show me.
Fucking
Sorry, that's what this podcast. That's what the show is going to be. Just straight up pop culture reference. Fucking
That's
lines.
fine.
So I was buying some Funko Pops the other day.
Where's fandom?
Right.
No,
here he
there's a
comes.
guy that hangs out with us. He's got probably anybody know the number in the chat there, but over 500 Funko
Good
Pops, maybe
God.
closer to
Go
1,000.
for you.
Wow.
His name is Worst Fandom.
No, it's
No.
Fandom D Saint.
Fandom.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like worst. Okay.
No, I said where's fandom?
Oh, okay. I thought you said worst fandom, like the
I
Funko
collect
Pop.
Transformers, so I understand.
I don't collect
First-
anything.
First sin was intercourse. No, first sin was eating, bitch. Get it
Period.
right. Eve ate the goddamn apple.
Carrie, I'm gonna punish you for
Just
having
saying.
a period.
Know the books.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the problem with the way what's her name,
Mrs. Weasley.
Margaret White,
Yeah.
looks at-
Miss Weasley.
Mrs. Weasley looks at the Bible. She only takes a very narrow, specific view of
Yeah.
how she wants to. She's interpreting it in a really aggressive way that only affects
Yeah.
her daughter. And
She's a radicalist.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. She. That's why. Like,
she's super radical, man.
yeah.
Radical.
Super.
Yeah,
She does
she's
skateboards.
one that's-
Oh yeah, she's Tony Hawk's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So little
Tony
little
Hawk Pro
backstory with it
Skater.
because I don't know if it goes
Bum,
into
bum,
it in the movie. And if I spoil it, sorry. Her mom had been known to have the same gift that Carrie has, but her mom
Oh.
accepted it and kind of can control and everything. Carrie's mother got freaked out, and also like her dad died, so Carrie's grandfather died. Her mom remarried. Carrie's mom freaks out about her living in sin and everything, and goes super zealotry, super religious. Only has sex with her husband like twice.
And feels hyper guilt.
Yes.
Like tries to force it not to happen.
Yeah.
But then gives in because she's a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, exactly.
hypocrite.
Because she enjoyed it. You know,
What a
she,
skank.
A hippopotamus.
So then, is it kind of one of those things where
Hip-
she
hip hop,
view-
hip hop anonymous.
is it one of those things where she views Carrie then as like, hey, you're a fucking mistake because
And the
I
seed of
fucking
sin.
had
Yes.
sex and
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
immoral. So therefore,
Jesus Christ.
But she also
You didn't
does-
just
It's
show
on
up.
There he
screen
is.
Right now. There he is.
there's Weird Al. What's up, Weird Al?
Weird Al Christ.
Yeah, Weird Al Christ.
I thought more of an Al
Another
Skipper
one
Christ.
rides the bus.
Like
That does look like Weird
I think
Al.
it's more of a Craig Christ.
Right.
Craig.
Jesus' brother Craig. No
Craig.
one ever talks about Craig, but
Craig
you know.
Christ. Didn't George Carlin make that joke?
No, it was what's his name?
Craig Christ.
Fucking Craig.
Now George
Craig
Cullen had the
Christ.
Buddy Christ from Dogma. You know the vision of Christ on the cross, such a
Oh, the one that-
thing. So we're up in it, and we're going with the Buddy Christ.
Oh, that's what it was. It was Buddy
Buddy
Christ.
Christ.
Stephen
Yeah.
Lynch.
I didn't know that was
Stephen
from a
Lynch.
movie
Craig
for like the
Christ.
longest
Uh,
time. I thought it was just some weird picture going around.
Oh, that thing with the
Yeah, I didn't know it was from
Jesus.
Dogma.
Oh, Dogma's a fantastic movie.
I've only seen it like once
Oh,
years ago
it's-
on
it's
TV, and I know that's
very
like
good.
I've never
not doing
saw
the
it.
movie justice.
I did just watch
never
the
seen it.
new Jane Silent Bob Strike Back reboot.
Oh yeah.
Not good. It's a good callback movie, like a great just reunion kind of feel good if you grew up watching those. But if you're watching it for the first time as a Kevin Smith movie, don't. It's not a true Kevin Smith movie. It's just a, hey, I almost died and I want to get all my friends down to New Orleans so we can party. So let's make this movie. And that's what he did.
Shit,
That
that's
makes
what I would
sense.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do
I
with
don't
these.
blame
Adam,
the guy.
Adam Sandler, it. Yeah.
Oh, we should watch 8 Crazy Nights.
No. Not again.
My finger's in your mouth, kitty, but that's a tactical foul. Very nice, man.
So I think we're coming up on past the 29-minute mark.
We're getting close.
pretty
Okay,
close,
we
you
saw the
know.
teacher smack the blonde
We're-
bitch. So
We're at
Yeah, we did
we're
get
actually only
back-
at the 18-minute mark.
18, so we got a little bit of time left.
yeah, so we got.
Because we gotta
We
get them
just
to the
everybody
workout.
relax real quick.
All right, we can just talk about our feelings.
You guys are gonna get some fresh jokes by accident.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Open the door.
Open the door, get on
So-
the floor.
Everybody walk the
Dinosaur.
Did you know that there's actually a mixture of Walk the Dinosaur and Uptown Funk, and they are the exact same song, and it is beautiful.
Did
Look
you know
it
there's
up,
a
YouTube
mixture
it.
of Biggie Smalls and Thomas the Tank Engine?
Oh yes, and I love that.
Yeah.
Oh
that
my
actually led to our
God.
that song is the reason we have our opening to Drinks and Nose, or a part of it.
Huh.
The Thomas
Oh,
part.
Is that why you were thinking of it at the time?
Well, no, I was talking with Johnny about it, and he put that into the opening.
Just the Thomas, the
The-
Shining Time Station.
The Shining Time Station.
I
theme,
love
yeah.
Shining Time Station with the
Right?
Shining Time Station.
With Dan Carlin or Ringo Starr.
No, not George
Right.
Carlin.
Dan Carlin is a podcaster.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, yeah,
the-
we were just talking about George Carlin.
Yeah.
Mitch.
Actually,
Same guy.
I was so proud of myself. I
Yeah.
was at Magic House, took Ramsey down there. Oh,
Is that a lunch that I see? Brown paper bag.
Brown paper bag. You people appear. into
I
the
brought
back
rice
seats
cakes
of
and
our
crackers with a little
yep,
bit of
four
honey.
four chords and what is it? 120 beats per minute. It can get almost every song in the world.
Chicken
A lot of the
breast,
boring ones, yeah.
unseasoned.
But so I was at the Magic House and they had Thomas the Tank Engine.
How is the Magic House?
It's fun.
I haven't been
magical.
there. I've
but,
been there.
magical.
but it was funny because they had a Thomas the
Aha.
Tank Engine display thing, like a whole area, and Ramsey's running around playing, and the parents are over there talking, and the one's like, I remember, yeah, George Carlin was the, conductor, and then it was Alec Baldwin, or it was Alec Baldwin. I go, no, 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 no. And like, I'm like halfway across the room, like, oh, no, no, no. Ringo Starr was second. And they're like, oh, that's right. It was Ringo. I'm like, Dad, that's for you. Because he pointed that out every time.
Look at this
Dude,
guy's outfit.
I love Thomas.
A cardigan with the bow tie.
Hey, he's rocking it. He's drowning in the puss.
I know that. Who is that actor? I have to.
Joe Pesci.
No, it's not.
That's
Joe
the guy who
Pesci, but
played,
He is someone.
That's the guy who played Mario in the Mario movie. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I wish I had the teacher. It doesn't have Mr. or.
So
we got Mr. Toad here, popping mollies, enjoying life. Yeah.
Honestly, who woke up that morning and says, I'm going to wear a pair of overalls?
This man.
That guy?
No, I'm talking about that girl who I thought was a boy.
No, see, this is what I was talking about earlier. Look at that, like his head, and then the background's just weird looking.
What's that guy's name? Johnny?
Well, that's called the rule of thirds.
Tommy.
Tommy Bahama.
Do it for Tommy.
Do it for Tommy.
You sound like Linda.
Did I? Good.
Linda for Bob Burgers. I said, oh, shucks.
He's not the brightest of the blondes.
You
That's
know,
the point.
I'm-
There's the smirk.
I'm something of a.
That shit-eating
I
grin.
love when those. You know me. I love when screenshots just.
I'm something of a psychic myself, Spider-Man.
Eat shit, Carrie.
Eat shit, Carrie.
You had your period, so therefore you were fucking
Wow.
stupid.
What a villain.
She had a period.
What a
Let's make
fray.
fun of her.
Again, AK,
But it's like
thank you for the joke. I'm just taking
Fray.
I'm stealing all my jokes from AK
She
tonight.
should be here.
She should.
You should.
She should have been on.
Frey,
I
how to
think we
save
did
a
say
life.
that earlier. Like, this podcast, we're gonna come to your house and kidnap you, bring you back here to the studio.
Yeah, it's just like a
We're gonna
extreme
rent a van.
makeover.
We're gonna
It's
rent
just-
a van. We're gonna come.
it's
We're
just
gonna
like
kidnap
Extreme
you. We're gonna
Makeover
make
Home
fun of you for
Edition.
having your first period.
Hey, we
Everybody.
know AK's within driving distance.
Yeah,
so.
every American's in debt.
No.
This is
Yes,
so.
she is.
Far anywhere's in driving distance if you want to.
Milwaukee's in
What about the moon?
What about the moon,
How
Luke?
fucking committed are you?
Let's try.
That sounds kind of.
No excuses for the champion. Rule number 314.
Yeah, that's
Did you
right.
drive
Can't
to the
kidnap the willing. Thank you for
What?
changing.
Not
that
like to the
phrasing.
moon, but I wonder how many miles it would take to drive. Like,
To the moon back.
yeah.
a lot.
Take a few.
You're always
talking
welcome,
like
AK.
on
Always
Earth.
welcome.
Yeah, I know, but it would take
Okay,
a long.
because you were just looking at me like I was like I
No.
grew like a second head or some shit.
No.
No.
Weirdo.
Apparently, she doesn't have any feelings between her legs.
Ew.
Ayo, Captain
Don't do
Jack.
that.
You all did a shitty job bullying
that was a
Carrie.
shitty joke.
I'm gonna teach you how to bully her right.
You never made fun of the fact that she didn't have a dad. Like,
Her parents are divorced. She didn't use that as precious ammunition.
It's like
Dead.
Kenny Powers.
Dad's dead.
As a
Dad's dead.
gym teacher.
dead, like as in like dead, because the mom said to her he was dead, or dead as in like he's like yeah.
Like Forrest
Bye.
Gump, like Forrest Gump, where Dad's on vacation.
Yeah.
We took Dad to the farm.
I'm pretty sure Dad.
Dead.
Yeah, I'll be right-
Dead. He
paid Parrish.
He-
I'll be
he
back,
perished.
guy.
She was liquidated at some point.
I gotta
Your
get a
father
couple
was
Coors Light. I'll be
liquidated.
back later.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So this is
No, it's not.
okay. Sorry, I thought it was.
This isn't the scene.
Well, there's Barb
Yeah,
from
there's
Stranger
Barb.
Things.
I still think she's gonna
Oh,
come
that's
back.
someone
as a bad
too.
guy. It's
This is-
Lord.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I am Lord.
So this is where the teacher is basically telling all the girls that was a really
Lord.
shitty thing you did.
Lord.
Like
to Carrie."
Sharkeisha.
Taylor Swift.
And
Mario. There's Lord again.
There's Lord.
Lord. Lordy.
Yeah. I am Lord.
but she's basically saying that
Trying
you
to-
guys are all
that-
getting
Who is that?
3 days suspension.
In the chat, the chick with the
hat?
glasses. No, with the glasses.
Oh.
Barb
Yeah, the one who looks like Barb.
from Stranger Things. I love you,
Who is
Barb.
that?
Join the show.
'Cause-
And Danny Trejo.
Yeah, we had a whole conversation about Danny Trejo that's not gonna make this
That
cut.
was you guys were going on about that. Was like I have nothing to add here. I'm checking on the chat.
Yeah, you don't
There's
know.
no video going.
You don't
Thank
know.
you, Danny Trejo, for saving the stream.
Yeah, it was Danny Trejo. Let's all give a quick round of
Well,
applause
you
for
said
Danny
that you're
Trejo.
watching Shark Kids or whatever. Spy Kids.
Yeah, Spy
Spy
Kids in
Kids.
3D.
Shark.
Shark Kids.
Shark bait, hoo-ha.
You guys want to watch Santa Jaws?
Santa Jaws, Santa Puppy Jaws.
I deliver presents to
Santa
kids
Jaws.
It's
and
a
I
real
eat them.
movie, Santa Jaws.
No, the
Santa,
best.
what?
Santa Jaws.
The best
It's a
is when
Christmas.
the guy gets kicked in the nuts and they end like a Jingle Bells.
Oh, the movie's so terrible.
I want to look at Santa Jaws now. That sounds delightful.
All right, scrap this movie. We're watching Santa.
Yeah.
Jaws.
So that was
Yeah.
Carrie. We're gonna do Santa Jaws from here on.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Santa Jaws. I want to see.
Oh.
Followed by Air Buddies.
And I didn't notice this for her counting is on beat. Like it's like they have the music playing
Really?
over the loud. So it's like 2, 3, 4, and it's like the music in the background, the shitty 70s, jam. It's right on pace.
This scene is kind of weird for like a horror movie aesthetic because like it's very cartoony.
Even reading this book, I don't think there's been a single element of what I would call horror in any definition of the
No.
word. Like,
no,
there's
I mean,
uncomfortableness. There's thriller-ish. It's really just more. This is gonna be awkward,
yes,
and let's power. It's like
Yes.
Napoleon Dynamite if he had his period.
Oh,
a bit.
I
I
love
would
And
see
then-
the sequel. I'd see that as a sequel.
God.
I just have my period. My period all over the tots.
I love it because you do the face when you do the
I
impression.
think you gotta have to.
Yeah, you always got.
You
to.
gotta get in character.
Glenn,
Oh.
I bet you can throw this period right over the mountains. Uncle Rico.
God,
Can you
love
bring my
it.
pads?
There you go.
Carrie, you fat lard.
Here, you fat lord, come get some dinner.
Oh, my period. I don't got time for this.
Well, when does she become the Joker? I said that the first time I saw this scene. Isn't that funny?
Oh,
Pay-
she's looking at miracles.
Pedro for period.
Oh, okay.
A miracle a day keeps the devil away. Wait, are we trying to make Pedro the Pope now? Vote for Pedro
man.
as Pope?
So she's looking at miracle in what looks like a student registrar, which I don't know if you guys have ever seen
Thank God for
Mel
Google.
Brooks' A History of the World Part 1.
Oh.
The horse's name is Miracle.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I think she was gonna find that.
Yeah.
Thank God for Google.
See, I was just thinking this scene. Throw this up to the 90s. Mrs. Snell, I was told by my plastic surgeon I can't have balls flying in my face. Name the movie. Come on. I know the child will get that one quick.
I don't know.
No idea.
I'm
How many balls do you plan on having reply to your face? As many as I want.
That sounds very familiar. Dodgeball.
Nope.
90s.
90s chick, teeny chick movie.
Oh, teeny chick movie.
Um,
There's only like 4.
Oh, this is like where we left off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was attacking her.
So
She smacked
did,
the shit
did
out of
she
her.
slap the teacher or the other way
No.
around?
No, the teacher smacked the
Teacher
shit out of
smacked the
her.
shit out of her.
Yeah.
And this is where Chrissy
Shut up,
has had
Chrissy.
enough,
Shut
right?
up.
Just shut up.
Yeah, Chrissy couldn't do squats for 5 more minutes.
This isn't even over by a long shot.
My daddy owns her dealership.
You're out of the
Oh, her
brown.
daddy's a little bit more than that. Yeah.
She did
I hope we get that scene. That's one I'm not sure if it's in the movie,
Coconut Head
but I
from
really
That
do hope
State
it's that
Classified
scene's in
School
here.
Survival Guide.
But the movie was clueless,
So
by the way.
she's like the girl from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where the dad's really rich. And, all right, Wonka, how much for the Oompa Loompa?
I want an Oompa Loompa Dad.
I want an Oompa Loompa
Oh,
now.
I
They're
want
trying
to
to
go to
buy a
this
little
now.
person.
I'm
I
not gonna
actually
make a
fucked up
joke.
his
What
dad.
is that little girl's name?
All I can think of is Augustus.
Veruca's salt.
Yep,
We
Veruca
talked-
Salt.
We talked about
We had
Augustus
a
great
earlier.
90s
We
punk-
had a
punk-
separate conversation
pop punk
about
band.
Willy Wonka today.
I know.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka is Carrie? Question mark?
No,
Willy
Willy
Wonka
Wonka
is
George Weasley.
Bilious Weasley, their uncle.
Okay.
What?
Oh, okay. I've heard that's the other.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
the other
nothing.
version I've heard.
Tell
Willy
me-
Wonka. Yeah.
Tell me about this off stream.
We'll get into it.
Pause,
Yeah, maybe in a minute.
pause
Okay,
the
let's
pod.
pause the movie and talk about
Pause the movie,
Willy
start it
Wonka,
over
Harry
again.
Potter connections.
That's right.
Willy-
That's what it was. It was the Bilious. But I think there was another theory that it was George on a Like,
Yeah, that was the thing that kicked. It was when we were on Hogwarts Radio.
yeah.
Since we're talking about fan theories, there's a Shrek fan theory that Shrek.
This is my swamp now.
There's
Shrek
a.
is love. Shrek is life.
I love that. There's a Shrek
does?
theory. There's a Shrek theory that Shrek named himself. Because when Donkey's like, "What's your name?" He's like,
It really is happening, Rod. Damn it,
Shrek.
it's really happening. Thank you for joining us. We are at, if you want to join us, the 30-minute mark and 11 seconds.
Yay!
John Travolta just appeared.
Grease lightning.
This is a goddamn good milkshake.
That's a goddamn good milkshake.
I drink your milkshake.
I
Look
want
at him. Look at him go.
Man,
Just
he
being all
is
drunk.
just a couple kids on the night of town.
Man.
Got a bottle of beer.
You can smell the bell bottoms on him.
You really can.
Got a bottle of beer. Got a pack of cigarettes. We're gonna get loose.
He's just got life figured out.
Living
Hey.
life in the fast lane.
And then here's Bulk and Skull.
Nice.
Yeah, that fits so well to the joke that we made the first time we started the movie of bringing up
The Power Ranger, yeah.
Power Rangers. So just imagine there was some great Power Rangers action the first time.
There
we did
was.
Yeah.
Zordon came down in the
Alpha
first.
5 was like,
Fucking,
ay,
oh shit.
Carrie got her period.
Fucking Danny Zuko here. You know, this is Danny Zuko pre Sandra D.
She puts on the Power Ranger armor. She starts screaming. Ah!
Man, look. Has this ever happened to anybody where like you're just driving and then like everybody that you know is like pulling
Right.
up next to you?
Yeah. That's happened to me.
It's like Target Park.
When I'm going to make out point with my sweetheart.
And he's just like sitting there chugging a beer right as the cop also pulls
Hey,
up.
what are you?
Hey!
Well, and, okay, in fairness, in the
Hey, what are you looking at? 12? Get out of
coming
here.
from
eh?
somebody who married, you know, someone who grew up in a small town, in small towns, you actually did do this. You drive up and down the strip,
Oh yeah,
back cruising. You just drive, like you'd go the mile down the strip, hit the turnaround point, and just come back because you had nothing else to do. So you just sit there and
You just
drive
wasted
around.
gas.
Yeah, just wait. Yeah.
Hey, you could afford it back then.
I mean,
It was
in
like
fairness, when
75
I
cents a
was
gallon.
dating, you know, that's what we did. I'm a little different. I would take the highway, find one road off it, drive for an hour, and try to find my way back.
This is back in the day when you get gas for a nickel.
Right, yeah.
Back
Okay,
in the
fa-
day, you get
Now
a.
it
It
costs,
was
like,
below
your
$1.50
firstborn.
when I first started driving. I will say that as the old guy here, but
Back in the day, you used to go get a quarter of gas, get a
So they're
soda,
Watching, watching the Andy
I think
Griffith
that was
show.
a PBR AK.
get a loose.
What he was
Yeah,
slamming.
I think it was.
Can I get one
Just
more?
go.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's PBR.
Oh
One more.
yeah.
I'm done.
Good eyes on that one.
Look at that.
That's unmistakable. That can
I
hasn't
can tell
changed.
by the foam on his
Look at the
chin too.
jizz on his mouth.
Look
You
at
can call
that.
it Jizz or foam. That's fine.
Jizz of foam.
Jizz of foam. Same.
I could
thing.
tell just because he's a douchebag, and that's what we drink.
Jizz?
Cheers.
Well played. I'll give you that one. Cheers.
That was good.
And yes, we do.
That's a good source of protein.
No, we only drink. Period.
Period. You could have had a V8.
Thank you for cutting it there.
Yeah.
That was well.
That was it.
With only drink.
Hey, it's me, John Travolta. I'm gonna die in Pulp Fiction
Hey.
by Bruce Willis.
Oh, spoilers.
Hey, Mr. Cutter.
Pulp Fiction's how old? Like 10, 20 years old?
Pulp Fiction was 78, I believe.
Yeah.
So this was actually 2 years before Pulp
Let's
Fiction.
put that
May-
on now.
Really?
No, Grease was 78.
Oh.
Grease was 78. Pulp Fiction might have been 79, or maybe 77.
Well, they're about to get busy too.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
started
go
reading.
for it.
I
Yeah.
started reading.
Pulp Fiction. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was. Nope,
Yeah, You
94.
were thinking of pulp-free fiction.
No,
Pulp
I was thinking of Saturday Night Fever. Honestly, honestly, like my brain just didn't work because time frame. Pulp Fiction was 94, so 25 years ago.
So I'm reading
26.
this. I'm reading this new book called The Bibble. This guy
I
named.
think it's Michael Bublé.
Yeah, this guy named Jesus. He just got captured by
He
the
wakes
guards.
up every Christmas and he makes a new album.
I don't know what's happening.
Michael
but
Bibble.
he got captured.
Michael Bibble Christ.
He got captured right now. I don't know what happened. Don't spoil what happens. This Jesus guy.
I'm just gonna wash my hands of this conversation. But I would take a beer.
All right.
Yeah. How many beers are left over there?
There's one.
I'll take one of yours that you don't want.
I'll take that one. Then.
I'm sorry, I will pay you back.
Sam, that's an off-screen conversation.
Is that off-screen
Yeah, you're
conversation?
kind of breaking the immersion.
That what? That I'm a nice person?
Yeah, that's bad for.
Oh, look how
branding.
nice
Fuck,
I am!
that's-
Look how nice I am, everybody.
But don't forget. So you did go into Pulp Fiction and everything, but don't forget his greatest role of Look Who's Talking and Look Who's Talking Too.
Two.
The redemption.
I knew the second one better. If I'm being completely honest, that was a WB classic that was on like every Sunday at noon on WB.
Oh yeah.
Oh, back
which
when
was
they used to play
Channel 11
movies.
around here. KPLR.
Yeah.
Movies.
It was like that, and then they would play movies once in a blue
Where's
moon.
she going? Where'd she go?
Billy.
Wait, she was here, and now she's there.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
No,
Wait a
there.
second.
She's talking
Zipper
into the
unzips.
mic.
It said zipper unzipped.
Oh,
What does that
Billy.
mean?
Oh, Bill. I've heard that line before. Billy, Billy, Billy. Oh, Billy. Oh, Billy.
Oh, Billy.
She's a good ventriloquist.
Bam-Balam?
What is she doing?
Why is she... I don't
Yeah,
understand.
that
I
kinda-
have no idea what's going on here.
Why is she hurting Billy? I don't
He
understand.
looks very uncomfortable with this situation.
Well,
I did like
especially
that.
if
She's
all
like,
of a
I
sudden-
hate Carrie White, and he's like, who?
It is not what you want to hear when
Hey, I don't-
she's
I-
slapping on the knob. Like, you don't want to all of a sudden just be like, I hate Carrie White. Like, what is this?
I hate Carrie. All right, I'll go kill some pigs.
If that's what it takes. I mean, that's what she's doing, though, right? She's buttering him up, in
Yeah.
for lack of a
Look
better
at,
term.
look at the Canadian,
Lathering him up.
the
you know.
Canadian tuxedo going on right here.
So that was Billy, and this is Tommy.
This is Tommy.
right?
Okay.
Billy and Tommy.
Just out for a
Billy,
rip,
Tommy.
aren't you,
We
bud?
got two of the 6 Power Rangers right there,
Yeah.
Billy, Tommy.
waiting for
all-
Zach.
All we need is Gina.
Zack Attack.
Billy and Gina.
I'm sure there's a Jason.
Tina.
Tommy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and Kimberly.
I bet you there's a Jason
Tommy
in this damn
and
movie. Hang
Gina.
on.
Oh, is it Tommy and
let's
Gina?
Be, it's-
Never back down.
Let's be clear. It's Aisha, the original Yellow Ranger.
Yes. The new
Wait,
Power Rangers
no,
movie wasn't
Trina.
bad.
Is the original Yellow Ranger.
And then it
Became Aisha.
then it was Aisha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite
Sorry,
Power
he
Rangers.
said Gina,
was
and
Power
I
Rangers
actually said Tina.
Ninja
Well,
Yeah.
because I was doing
But
the,
it was Trina.
It's
I was
Trina.
doing a
Yeah.
fucking what's it called reference.
I apologize.
I fucking can't.
I thought we were on
remember it.
Power Rangers. 'Cause
We
it's
we
what
were we are.
Okay.
I'm just looking to see because I have the IMDb pulled up. I'm seeing if there's a Jason or
Ooh.
Play the video of the Power Rangers
there's not a
fighting.
Jason.
Oh, the original
Go, go,
Green
Power
Ranger.
That's Tommy.
Wow.
Yeah, he's sick.
Well,
He-
Jason David Frank.
He does like MMA
who
and
played
stuff.
Tommy, but
I
he
would
did not play
not
Jason,
wanna mess
who was
with
the
He's like
original
a
Red
bad
Ranger.
dude.
I know.
Played by Austin St. Cloud or Austin St. I actually saw a couple of his
It's not
YouTube.
Bruce Campbell, so I don't know.
Dude, imagine having
Bruce
Saint in your name. How great would that be?
Saint
Yeah, just Saint. Oh, I'm Bruce Saint Johnson. It just makes every name better.
Bruce St. Johnson.
Oh, I'm Joe Johnson. I'm Joe Saint Johnson. Like, what is the Saint?
I
How
mean,
did you
You,
achieve?
George.
you could just circumvent by Saint Jack.
That'd be cool. I
George.
might-
It almost sounds like
Austin
Pat
St.
Saint
John.
Jack.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it was close.
I looked at my phone.
Okay.
I looked at my phone.
And it's really terrible
Oh.
timing for this. I know. It's really terrible timing for this movie. Just so you know, it's a gynecological joke.
I shared that.
Was that you?
Yeah, that was
Son
me.
of a bitch. I love it.
That was me. Now I'm gonna check my Twitter. I'm not gonna plug my Twitter.
Kara, I want to talk to you.
Son of a
Check
scumbag.
your Saint Twitter.
Yeah.
Get used to the period
That's not
thing.
the
It's
one
coming.
Twitter-
It stopped
Twitter
for
Saint
a while.
feed.
Twitter Saint feed.
All right, we're done talking about menstruation.
Oh, this-
Period.
Yes,
This is
we do know a saint ourselves. Also, John Saint Baptiste,
I know a couple.
I know
Yes.
Pope John Paul.
who was a good
II.
friend of our friend of the
Friend
show.
of the show.
What? Very prolific in the drinking ways.
Yeah, John Saint Baptiste.
John Jacob Saint Jingleheimer Schmidt.
John
His name was my
Jacob
name,
Saint
too.
Wilhelmer Schmidt.
His name is my name. Too.
Mine is the Saint part.
Let's make
So
fun
I kind of like the scene. I don't remember. So this is Mrs. Snell, kind of guiding her
shit.
into the
Getting
date.
Sue into the.
Well,
so what's going on
You need to
here
get
is
well,
to
she
that.
was just showing Carrie like, hey, you can do your hair up and like.
what's going on here is a theme of corruption. It's the corrupt infringing upon our innocent youth, and Carrie is the manifestation of that innocence being corrupted by evil to perform
Corruption
wicked.
is bad and good.
Gay drugs are bad.
Well, I
and
think
gay-
honestly, if you really want to fucking get meta with it too, it's kind of like, yes, the teacher's coming from a place of good, but it's like she's kind of I don't want to say like corrupting, but she's doing what the mom's doing too, where it's like I'm gonna suggest, but like she's trying to help her, but it's still like
It's more.
what does Carrie want?
There's girl with the hat.
Oh, there's girl too.
Hat girl.
Hat girl.
What was her name? Super Mario.
Super Mario sister.
She
How about
looks
Super
like,
Mario
John
Gret?
Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo.
Oh, dude, the best Luigi of all time.
Right?
Can we just say that?
Amen. Yes.
Yes.
Best
Yeah,
Luigi.
he's all right.
He was also good in Moulin Rouge.
He was kind of the only Luigi.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh,
I don't think it
no.
was Moulin Rouge that he was in.
Actually, there
Yeah.
were like
It was
several.
okay.
Yeah, he's been in several things. He's a great actor.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
Very well. I was like,
I just know he's in
I
Ice
hesitated
Age.
on the Moulin Rouge.
I know he's in Ice
2
Age.
seconds to check.
I know he's in that one M Night Shyamalan but
Sid the
movie.
Star.
Shabba-glibba-ding dong. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. Hey, Pogul. Hi.
She's a good lord.
So we're all gonna make fun of Carrie.
Okay, so what we're seeing here on screen is
Yes, John Leguizamo was in Moulin Rouge.
good. I thought so.
I thought so too. I thought
As hold on, Lautrec, Toulouse-Lautrec.
Le Shrek.
Thank you.
Lushrek.
what's
Well,
the
Shrek,
conversation?
which
I'm sorry.
means-
Oh,
His
Shrek.
character in Moulin Rouge.
What are you doing in my
Toulouse,
swamp?
yeah, Toulouse. Yep,
Hi.
that's the first part. I see.
Toulouse.
Toulouse-Lautrec.
It's what
yeah.
are you doing in my baguette?
What are you doing in
Him
my
and Ewan
baguette?
McGregor, they sang a song.
Mon
It
ami.
was beautiful.
Now,
This is a really long scene. Can we?
Yeah, I
You
don't
know who
what's
played
going
Mario?
on. Oh, I love the actor, but I can't think of his
He was the
fucking name.
wrestler, dude.
he was the guy who was the detective and Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. I got it mixed
Oh,
up. I was thinking of.
John.
I was thinking of the Super Mario Brothers Super
Let's
Show.
go.
no.
Man,
I
I'll-
just went with the first John I could think of.
Yeah.
What the fuck's that guy's name? I know.
And I
exactly
love
who
Who
you're
Framed
talking
Roger
about.
Rabbit. I would love a sequel.
Give me
wow,
a second.
That's
there
not
is-
gonna happen.
No, I know. Everything's way
Bob
different.
Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins.
Thank you.
I knew it was a
Bob
robber.
Hoskins.
I'm like it's
He was in like a lot of shit.
yeah.
So Lou
done-
Albano played Mario in the Super
yes,
Mario.
Lou Albano.
Yeah, and he was
Captain
like the
Lou.
the wrestler. And then there was Peter Cullen. Peter Cullen played Mario in the something called the Saturday Supercade.
Yeah, no, he did the voice. Peter
So,
Collins did the
I think
voice.
Chrissy pointed this out earlier in the chat.
Yeah.
but Tommy does have some really nice
Oh
locks.
God, yeah.
Some
Oh,
really
fuck
nice hair.
yeah.
Look at
Yeah, I
that.
like to cut it off and
Whoa,
just.
whoa,
We're talking about
Look at that
Mario.
lion's mane.
And Walker
So
Boone.
this is a
Cullen-
bit different than him, accosting her after class. She comes to her shithole of a house.
So I missed it a little bit when teacher, what's her name?
Lady, yes.
Miss Snell.
No, Sue Snell.
Oh,
is
it's
that?
no,
that's
it's
not her
it's
kid.
Miss Snell.
No.
Sue Snell is the girl.
Oh, okay. Sorry, no. It is what was it? Collins. Is it Miss Collins?
That doesn't sound right from the book,
Miss
but that's
Snell.
probably right
Miss
here.
Collins.
Either way, the teacher was talking to Carrie a little bit ago, and
Yeah.
then she was talking to Tommy and,
And
Sue,
Sue,
for
yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
What happened there? Yeah, I
What
missed
was
that.
going on with her talking to Carrie?
She was trying to say, well, that's a good thing, they're trying to, but Carrie was saying, I think they're just gonna make fun of me, like they're like she was calling it out, saying she's not done, like because that what the teacher, I won't say it's Miss Collins, said to them, she's like, we're not stupid, we know what you're doing, and Carrie knows too, and
Okay,
that's
why she
kind
was
of the.
talking to him.
But she was also saying to Carrie of, you can do your hair, because Carrie was like, I'm ugly, there's no reason. The teacher was like, no, you're really not, kind of thing. So she was trying to, like up
Give her
her,
a little
self,
confidence,
yeah,
yeah.
give her confidence.
Work
You
on
know,
the
you know who
self-image.
doesn't know? Scotty.
Scotty does
Yeah.
not know.
God damn it,
Scotty doesn't know that me.
Who was the singer
Oh,
in that scene? The actor.
oh, now you got me.
Luke,
Now you exposed me.
Here they go. Here they go.
I'm gonna go kill.
do you know who it was?
These painted
I want to
pigs.
say that it was an actual singer, right?
Nope.
No.
It was an actor.
Okay, who?
Matt Damon.
Oh, was
It was
it?
Matt
Was it
Damon.
really?
Yep.
He did the singing for that.
Hey, I don't know if he did the actual singing, but he was the
Mm.
actor on stage performing the song.
Fun fact: in the movie Hangover Part 2, Mike Tyson makes an appearance at the end of the movie and sings a song.
I'm gonna bash these pigs' brains.
Teaser for later.
Yeah. I didn't know Hangover.
So
2
now
was a
we're
Stephen
in
This
King.
is
the
like
pig scene.
vindictive. This is just like vindictive. Like this is just mean.
Yeah, them kids are gonna break. into
Vulcan
the-
Skull.
Bulk Skull and then
And Tommy, or Billy.
We're gonna
Billy.
kill the pigs. We're gonna kill them real good.
I like to put the rabbits.
Hold there, you pig.
So I do like the way
Wait.
this scene is portrayed in the
Oh,
book
okay.
a
Sorry.
lot, just because you have like a group of guys that go and like, oh, they're all jacked up, ready to do it. There's like 2 or 3 of them, and then it actually gets there, and like the one who's supposed to be initiating it is like, man, this is kind of fucked up. Like in his head, he's like, he hesitates, and then the other guy just walks up and he's like, okay, well, I'll do it. So like it has like the real variety of character, right? Of like,
Yeah.
oh, it sounds great. We're gonna hang out and we're gonna fucking kill some pigs or whatever. But then you actually get there and you're like,
I'm killing a pig.
maybe that's not me. Maybe I'm not the kill the pig guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
Luke,
just like that
he
you
who
get that
hesitates is.
is lost.
Yeah.
Which is Captain Witterson's, but that's also a
He who hesitated
it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, he who hesitates is lost.
Yeah.
So Billy knows that. He who has, because they're sneaking onto a pig farmer's farm who's already shot one of their friends in the past.
Yes.
Whoa,
You know,
was that in? Did they
Th-
say
that's-
that in the movie?
that's not- no,
that's book knowledge.
it's
book
knowledge,
I
but-
don't think it came up in here.
Oh fuck.
So
Right.
like,
So okay, so then the pig guy who he deserves it then. Like the pigs maybe don't deserve it, but they're getting slaughtered anyway. So it's kind of like you shoot a kid,
bitch.
Oh!
That's what-
Oh, that's the lukewarm tea.
That's what you get for having your period.
You just got lukewarm tea.
You thought I wouldn't bring it back,
That's what
but I
tell the
did.
ladies.
You just got lukewarm
You
tea.
just got lukewarm
Oh,
tea.
yeah.
You just got
That's not what I tell anyone.
So if you look at the Last Supper, it's actually a metaphor for upcoming events that will unravel and later in the movie.
Especially in the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, exactly. This is kind of like the prequel.
I love when Judas Priest comes into the.
and he kisses
into
Carrie on
Da
the
Vinci.
cheek. He goes,
Into the Da Vinci
"Mwah."
Code.
I thought you were gonna say when Jesus was like, "Hey, this is my body," and then all of a sudden he gets covered in pig blood, and it's just like, it's just like, Judas, you scamp.
They all just went along with it.
Yeah,
They all just went along with that.
they're all just laughing.
He's like, "Oh, you guys,
You guys,
you got me."
Oh man.
I'm gonna get you.
So, Carrie just told her mother that Tommy invited her to the dance.
The Great
But-
Power Ranger.
In the prom.
But the boys, they come for all that.
They can
that
smell the blood.
First the blood, then the boys, they can smell it.
And she slams those fucking windows shut.
Yep.
She 11s it.
You bitch.
I guess 11 fucking.
You
Crap at her.
dirty bitch.
I'm going, Mama.
Look what you've done to my penis. I may not know flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one.
So okay, Benji, did you say that like the mom had powers but got
Grandma.
freaked out?
Grandma.
Oh, the grandma.
It skips because the way the genetics works, like I have looked this up a bit.
It doesn't
to-
necessarily skip on purpose. It comes down to
Y equals X
Carrie's.
chromosome type shit.
Yeah, it's very Punnett square.
I wonder
It's,
Yeah.
it's
if
very basic genetic theory, but it ends up being
Oh.
that Carrie's grandmother had 2 carriers as her parents.
Carriers.
Carrie's grandmother married a non-carrier, so that it couldn't be passed on.
A non-shining.
But
Yeah.
it became a recessive, so it doesn't show up in Carrie's mother, but she has a recessive, and Carrie's father clearly has the recessive non-pronounced,
What if-
non-active, so that they both combine, and Carrie ends up having both.
yeah,
recessive
but now if it was a
lines.
boy, it'd be dormant
It'd be
regardless.
dormant,
It's
right.
only active in
What-
female.
what
in
if
the female, in the
Carrie-
Y
under,
gene.
under this?
What if
version
Carrie
of
was
it.
Yeah.
born to fight Pennywise?
That's a good
What
question.
would Pennywise say to that?
Ooh, I don't know.
I was hoping you'd do your
Hey,
voice right
is
there.
there-
I'm gonna gear up to it. I'm gonna gear up to it. It's been a while, and it would have to. I'd have to get into character. And
There's
I'm all
2 of
silly.
them. There's 2 of them. There's 2 Pennywise voices.
There's the deep one that I've done.
That's Tim
way-
Curry.
And then there was
Tim
the summary
Curry,
one.
The summary one's very easy. It's just doing this. It's getting quite into character and just kind of going a little bit Joker, but also a little bit Junkrat at certain times. And talking like this. And
I wish
we're
my headphones
watching
were
John
working, 'cause
Travolta pour blood on poor Carrie here.
John Travolta, eh?
What a fucking cunt.
Flannel shirt.
Flannel shirt and all.
I like a man in flannel.
I like a man in cans.
Hey, hey,
I
get
like my
these-
men in cans.
So Luke,
Get these
is there any-
hands off me, eh?
I'm not. I guess you could call out now. Book wise, there's something different right off the bat.
With what?
That seemed
I-
just, and you were
John
looking away.
Travolta
You
ain't
can
in it.
hear it a lot better than we can.
Oh,
I'll say
okay.
that.
Yeah,
I cannot
yeah.
hear.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I hear a lovely
I kind
conversation.
of don't want to fuck with it just because the.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
more focused
It
on
was a
this
it was a
than-
visual scene over audio.
Start over.
It was,
All right.
it was just a visual. Basically, the color of the dress. She's
Was it not red?
God
White.
damn it!
white dress.
Lies.
I can
Looks
understand
better
why
with
they do
blood on
that
it.
visually, though.
Looks
yeah.
better.
Visually looks way more.
Yeah.
graphic
You'll
with
you'll
blood on
see.
it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've seen the picture.
Well, you
Obviously,
see-
of
I
our,
made the thumbnail.
yeah.
Well,
our
you see,
thumbnail, so-
white is a color that's supposed to represent purity and innocence. And Carrie, being sheltered, had kind of this childlike mindset. And
Oh.
the pouring of the pig's blood kind of signifies.
Well, she
her-
has no idea what the pig's blood is.
Yeah, exactly. But like the red sort of represents corruption in a.
Hey, the hat. The
There's-
hat.
There's-
The hat.
Oh, yes.
Put that hat on top the air dryer.
Fuck
So,
that hat.
so Sam, really quick from AK in the chat, three lines. Ooh, I know that voice. I miss you on Floats Down Here's summary intros. Didn't know that was you. Kudos. Hat.
Aw, thanks, JK.
She's been literally, I think, has listened to every single one of our episodes. As soon as we released them, she was one of our our first.
Thank
ever
you. I've been
listeners,
trying
so,
to come back.
that.
Stuff's been kind of crazy, but I'm hoping to come back here very, very shortly. We're
Yeah.
getting into it. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna have fun. I want to come back.
We're gonna trick that Carrie. We're gonna trick her real
But
good.
I do like
Trick or
the
treat.
topic you brought up about Carrie's purity and like the white dress
Yeah,
topic that
I'm
you were
glad you
talking
said
about.
Fury. I thought you were gonna say
No, like,
Fury.
really,
Period
though.
E.
But like in
Carrie.
like so a difference from the book is Carrie
Oh my
actively
God.
chooses to make her own dress, and she chooses red to show defiance against her mother.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah,
so that's
because
Not
that's
like,
Satan's
shit
color.
again.
Exactly.
and so I think visually it works better, and maybe there's still a sense of naivety right in
Exactly.
Carrie in this, and it's gonna be taken from her. But
Oh, wait! You hear the music? Come on.
I can barely hear the- yeah.
We're gonna
I
pour
hear
pig
some
blood on
kinda
this bitch.
Bum bum bum.
is that better?
Ba-bum.
Can you hear a little better, or is it still quiet for you, Lenny?
I can hear it a little better.
So-
Yeah.
Sweetie.
So,
you
we're
and
we're
I-
just
know-
getting a
I don't know.
classic
So, okay,
70s,
in the book, like,
you know,
so-
70s disco porn.
I haven't read the book.
I was gonna say
but I've
porn,
seen, I've,
yeah.
I've seen bits and
Sweetie,
pieces.
you and I are
I've
gonna
seen
make
the
the
movie, but I
baby.
wasn't paying attention. But so, like in the book, they make her a lot more, I guess, teenagerish, like more defiant. Whereas, could you say in this, she's very
Well,
much more
there's
like.
a lot more internal monologue
Okay.
on Carrie that we get to work
Yeah.
with. This is a very silent Carrie portrayal because most of the books there's not a lot of Carrie dialogue ever said. It's all internal that we get from her, and so yeah, I mean visualizing it, I can see the changes why they would stick with like a white
Yeah.
dress and everything like that. But you know, it is an interesting change because yeah, in the books you get that. I'm in my she's practicing her mat. She's practicing her
That's the other thing. Yeah, she's literally training her muscle magic.
yeah.
Her magic
Oh.
muscle is
Her-
what she's going through.
Her guns.
She's doing what they did in like.
Training her
guns.
guns.
Oh, what's it called? Chronicler? Was that the movie?
Chronicle.
Chronicle with the guys that get. It's the found footage superhero film where the kids get like.
Yeah,
psychic
that
powers.
was Chronicle.
Okay.
Haven't seen it.
That
Really,
they
really
said that
good.
there was gonna be like a sequel, and, like a whole big like movie universe, but it
Oh, I'm
never
sorry.
never came to fruition, which I'm kind of glad because
To
But-
fruition?
So like what we just saw in these last,
Fruition.
Carrie is
What I
very
said.
much getting into
To fruition?
the idea of going to the dance and being excited about it, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's getting normal teen
She's just-
behavior.
She's putting herself in a vulnerable position. She's allowing herself to trust the people.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And that's what I think is one of the most powerful things of her character. Of look, I can see your dirty pillows. Oh, that's great.
Those are
We
dirty
got-
pillows.
Hopefully that doesn't come up.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Well, that's fine. But
it's whatever.
everyone has them. So even
Everyone has 'em.
Well, no, that's what she said, and like, so her mother is so prude and for a term and actively non-sexual.
Yeah.
That she, I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know the best way of even saying it, but she demonizes every bit of sexuality, including Carrie's breasts that are developing, which is just like a normal fucking human thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like,
like Zoink, Scoob.
so like you're
Like
saying
Zoinks.
Jinkies.
the mom is kind of like the evil character in this.
Yeah, the mom is sort of an allegory for like, so for what I gather is that like it's a story of like purity, a subcontext, if you will, and that like I'm sorry, it got interesting.
getting
Sorry,
good.
I got it. She started hurting herself.
So like, Carrie's kind of the representation of purity and naivete, and it's what we go about that purity. Like some people will try to like keep that purity, keep the purity and all.
Puritans.
Yeah.
No,
No,
what is purity?
well, like here's the
Like
thing.
it's all perspective.
Well, yeah. Well,
It's
here's the thing.
all
Here's the
relative.
thing. What you do with purity,
So-
because there are people who
See,
try to
what you guys are
conserve
mi-
it.
so-
There-
sorry.
there are people who
The-
try to conserve that purity and keep that purity, and they end up corrupting it down the line. But then there are people who take advantage of the purity and corrupt it.
Sure.
You know, so it's kind of in a way, purity is a lot like perfection. It's unattainable in real life. There we go.
It was a triple step.
So we did just kind of miss a important-ish scene of, you know, Carrie's actively throwing her mother down with her mind.
Yep.
You know, shoving her down. Just no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna, you know.
I'm not gonna
I'm
stay
go-
here with you.
Yeah, I'm going, and it's
Kinda like using
she's
the
realizing her powers now. I think this is the, you know,
Like the Force.
yes,
Yeah.
this is her Ray awakening.
You could say the Force just awoke.
The Force awoken.
Awooked.
Awoke.
A Wookiee. It awookied.
Yeah.
The Force just awookied.
He does have. He does.
Yeah,
have
it goes
Chewbacca
with
hair.
the
He
it
is
goes with the
gorgeous.
theme of
Oh
purity.
fuck yeah!
What I discussed.
You didn't
Yeah.
ask, but yeah, it would.
No,
That was
Combs hair. I'd brush his
yeah.
hair. He doesn't use
I'd brush his hair. Yeah.
that was
that
just me
motherfucker
being
doesn't use a
a
comb.
pseudo intellectual.
Oh no, you were fine. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to
No,
interrupt.
you're
I was
fine.
just that is actually a very powerful scene in this
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, that I kind of ruined this. Whatever. It's all good.
Usually that's me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know how. Let's see, I'm usually, I know how to wrangle him. You're an unknown entity
You're
into
a
this
fucking
mix.
wild card.
You're-
Wild
you're the
card.
wild
God
card.
damn it,
Wild
Jack.
card, bitches.
And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
I'll take
Oh, here
him.
we go.
Rush.
Blowing up a giant. It's not Rush.
I'm saying, but like, it
Are you
has
just
like
making
a.
a Neil freaking Pierce.
Yeah,
comment?
you,
It has a Rush sound. Oh no, it has a Getty Lee.
You guys don't
Vocal.
know this, but it's gonna be big in a few years. Johnny, be good.
It
Oh yeah, there you go.
It has a Getty
Not-
Lee
not
vocal.
really.
Neil Peart.
Neil
Neil
freaking
Peart.
Peart.
Actually,
Neil
I just
freaking
watched
Peart.
a Rush thing today. A
To
few
those
Rush
who have
things.
fallen.
Yes.
Fallen brother
Doc's just
of
like.
the drums.
You guys remember that Disney movie, My Date with the President's Daughter?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
With
Eric Matthews.
Eric Matthews,
Yeah.
but his name
oh.
is
What is
Ron
his-
Stoppable.
Ron Stoppable as
Slash
well.
Terry
Will
McGinnis.
Friedle.
Well,
Will
yeah,
Friedle.
Friedel. Yeah, or
Slash
Friedel, yeah.
Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond.
Was he?
Yeah,
Ma-
he was Batman Beyond.
My date with the president's
President's
daughter.
My
My
Date with
the
Her.
president's daughter.
That's a good-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That was a
yeah.
good movie.
Dude,
What
all
was
the-
it? That Smart House. What was it? Up,
Smart-
up and away, or
Brink.
There's a ton of really good Disney movies.
Johnny
Yes.
Tsunami.
and the sequel, Johnny Tsunami 2, Lost in
Shut
Antarctica
up.
or
I
some
think it's
shit like
Johnny
that.
Tsunami
Alright.
The
Here-
Luck of the Irish.
Here's
that.
a
I love
what,
Luck of the Irish.
Motocross.
here's a what if in the
Oh,
Carrie.
yeah, Alex.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when do we get the choreographed dance scene? Because we get that in every fucking.
Who would have thought everyone in our high school was a professional dancer?
Right.
What movie was that?
Not
Get your
another
head out of your
teen.
ass.
No, that was 10 Things I Hate About You, wasn't
No,
it?
It's not another teen movie.
No, they were making fun of it, and
Well, yeah.
because it happened in.
In every,
Yeah,
it's
but
a general scene.
yeah, but there was one like they genuinely had to go back and sign up. Like we practice everybody, and that's how they all had the same
Oh,
fucking.
really?
Like there was there was an actual movie, and I was saying it was 10 Things I Hate About You.
That was definitely one of the biggest, most parodied version.
Yeah,
movies.
it
in
was either that.
parody movie.
Well, that and She's All That were the two.
Those were the two largest ones.
10
I'd
things.
say.
Varsity Blues.
10
too.
things I love about JD Briggs.
See, now I will say this, and fight me, Heath Ledger deserved Best Supporting for that movie well over Dark Knight.
I don't know what movie we're fucking talking about.
Oh!
You're not alone. What if like they talk to
No, he
Carrie?
deserved it for a
What
nuts tip.
what if when the movie ends, like they talk to Carrie, like, oh, she's not that bad, and they're like, we're gonna change from now on and be nice to her.
We're just gonna be decent. That's kind of what's setting up, though, right? I mean, The most popular guy in school is taking her to the dance, and is almost giving like social validation for her to be there and giving her self confidence. And look, she looks beautiful, and like everyone's complimenting her. Glenn gets it.
Yeah.
And like,
No bush about
like,
it.
She's having a great time, and like no one's picking on her. She's just having a good time. It's very normal.
It's chill.
It's what the kids refer to as wholesome.
It is, and she's buying into it. She's letting herself be there and be involved, right? Even though she's just sitting out, she's not dancing, but still, she's there.
It's a big step when somebody has like who is, what is it, like self-conscious or very very much
a huge social gateway was opened for her, right? One of the gatekeepers brought her into this.
Yeah, and made it acceptable because if she just showed up by herself,
she'd be outcast like always.
Yeah, but because somebody extended a hand, brought her in.
You said Outcast is at this prom?
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
I know you like to thank your
I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter. I'm sorry, Miss Carrie.
Miss Collins.
Yeah. I am for real. Never meant to spill that pig's blood on your daughter.
What are you doing with my date?
Oh man,
we're smack you.
That was a bit of a
that was a Chad move right there.
A total Chad move.
Yeah, it was a Chad move.
That reminds me of that scene from South Park.
So where's Chad?
So there is no Chad. So
don't let me catch
Chad. Chad's not even real.
You play me like
William Cat. He looks familiar. Like
Scoop.
Don't let me catch you talking to any guys like that.
You talk to any other guy like that?
Go to the
hotel
that's where I know
room.
him from, and I'm the only one that would know him from this. But Tommy, actor who played Tommy, is William Cat. Looks familiar. The only place I know him from, because I just screen caps, is the Greatest American Hero.
Believe it or not, I'm flying on him.
Believe it or not, George is not home.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
So he's got like the same hair, doesn't
William
he?
Cat.
William Cat, K-A-T-T.
I like the 2 T's. Nice.
Double
And
up on
as
Cat.
far from feline as you
He
can
was in
get.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
He was in Supergirl.
The new.
Like one episode.
All right.
Good.
Was he in
Good. Good for him being in only
That's
one
a
episode.
CW
I'm trying to see
classic.
it.
He was in Shark.
Yeah.
He was in Shark Kids. I
He
think.
was in Batman the Brave and Bold, the video game.
Oh, okay.
That's a voice
Bat-
character.
There was a Brave and the Bold video game.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Ooh, Tommy, I can't. Come on, sure, man.
What about Tommy?
Tommy's not here, man.
Hey, you ever do it with a stripper? Them some crazy
he's getting her
bitches.
to dance.
Aw,
And
yeah.
look at how normal she looks.
Yeah.
Like they're really emphasizing like she looks great.
No one's looking at her. You
It's
know,
not
I mean,
like a
it's
thing.
like there's
It's almost like if you act like
Well,
if you
okay,
were
there's
an
one guy.
actor-
There's one guy like
one motherfucker.
It
yeah.
makes it
What the
worse.
fuck
Wait
he
a
doing here?
second,
What's
I'm
she
not
doing here all
buying
the time?
it.
Well, you see if you look, there was a guy in a red tuxedo jacket behind her,
What a Chad.
which signifies the red to come.
What a
Red to
Chad.
come to certain.
I want a 5-page thesis written about the guy in the red in the background on my desk by Monday morning.
Okay, Professor Jack. Thank you.
All right, you got it.
Thank you for
Professor
the assignment.
Jack's coroner. Ryan Random thesis statement.
Well, you see, his gold hair is supposed to represent the fact that we all seek to be golden.
He's
but
pure.
underneath.
Like Tom-
He has
Yes.
a purity.
Oh,
Do you have more of your beers that you don't want? 'Cause
See-
I'll take one.
Would you like a latte, or Mexican chocolate, or a session stout, or one of the same ones you just had?
Any of the other ones in that. I liked it, but I like variety.
What?
Whatever.
I'll go with session stout.
Okay.
And then-
That sounds sessionable.
They're all pretty good. I've had
They are all pretty good.
I've had one of each so far, and I don't hate it.
Oh,
You know?
good.
Can I,
Yeah, well,
Matt? Just
May I?
slingshot it.
Dabble in the dry hop stout.
dry hoppy.
oh, you're not gonna like
Well,
that.
I'm not gonna
It's
like
got
it.
juice on it.
Yeah, it's got juicy juice on it.
You're not gonna like the hoppy.
Juicy,
I
100%
He
juice.
might if he
For
doesn't. I'll take it.
100%
I'll give him a
kids.
It's
different
got
one.
fucking period blood
Here,
on
give
it.
me. Let me wipe it on my leg. Blood Brothers.
Blood Brothers.
It was Captain America. Yeah. Wait. Do you remember the main Jack who's in? Yeah, not another. Yeah, it was Captain America. It was Chris Evans in not another teen movie. AK was bringing that up, and yes,
Yep.
it was also.
I love
Oh,
this
there
so
were
much.
the guy who played Billy Bob was the same guy who played Billy Bob
No,
in
Reggie Ray.
Reggie Ray in
This
Reggie
guy,
Fee
not
from it?
another teen movie.
yes,
Billy
in
Bob and Varsity Blues.
Yeah, playing the same character,
Same actor.
Yeah.
same actor.
Who was also in Boy Meets World, I believe.
No. Nope, different.
You're talking about
Nope.
Mr. Feeney?
I'm thinking.
Nope.
God love you,
somebody
Mr.
else.
You're
Feeney.
thinking
Yeah,
of
somebody
the
else.
guy who played
Ethan.
Vader's son, Frankie. You're thinking of Frankie.
Yeah.
So
Who
Randy
was in,
Butler,
who's the same guy?
Carrie
No, he
is,
was in
Dancer.
My Name Is Earl.
Yeah, I
he-
never watched that show.
Yeah.
He was the.
Oh!
I
Ethan
remember
Suplee.
seeing him in other things later.
He
on.
was, but
Are
he's
you saying
actually,
like that
he's-
big
he's-
guy who, like, if you look up at him now, he's like been working out and
He's
like
fucking
looks
ripped as fuck. I
fucking
just saw like a week
amazing.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, dude looks fucking great.
He's jacked and tan.
Says Medium Adventures in
Does he
Weight
do
Loss.
laundry too?
See, if you look at this
Oh,
scene,
this was a real magical dance. Talk about the magic of the dance.
well, see, the magic of the dance represents the fact that the two different sides from the different coins are coming into one and sort of becoming their own sort of thing.
It was
and-
like originally a one-sided coin, and now it's a two-sided.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's sort of showing what could have been or what could
There's Marty
be.
McFly.
People of different beliefs coming together. Huey Lewis in the News. That's the power of love. Bum, bum.
So we're getting into the vote for the prom king and De La Queen.
Text 1-800-CARRIE to vote for Carrie, ladies and gentlemen. She really needs this.
Text vote to 76252. That's not a real number, but you can text it.
Do it.
We should get one of those like 5-digit text lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
just do those.
Text.
You
Like
probably have to pay
1-800
for those.
party or
You probably have
some
to
shit.
pay for those 5-digit numbers. I don't do that. We do have a phone line at 31462. I should look it up.
Wait, I think is she a senior?
It's a senior prom.
It's the senior prom.
Only seniors are.
You're
allowed.
beautiful, he says.
Get him.
He's not
Get
laughing
him.
about it though.
He's smiling. Get her.
That's a devious little grin if I ever saw one.
God.
So yeah, she's a senior in high school and's never had her period. That's wild.
Yeah.
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 Let's vote for ourselves.
Let's
he
vote for
says.
ourselves. And like,
do it.
and now here's the thing, because we didn't see this. We weren't paying attention to the scene in the gym room. I don't remember if Chris came in.
I don't
in
think
that-
there was much on that.
But and so like the big ploy and spoilers, fine. They win.
Damn it.
we'll see how it goes in the movie.
Yeah.
Spoilers. They win. But here's the thing, like, she set up the prank that's coming on her, and not meant as a pun. The prank that's coming, but it
Ah, I just got it.
but it you don't show that she set that up. So this is more of a
Tom.
genuine, like the win that they
About
get.
it.
The
As far-
genuine.
As far as we know, yeah.
It's a genuine. Hey,
It's not.
we
It's not contrived. It's not
Carrie.
generated by Chris.
yeah.
as
It's more of a one of us. Google
Google
gobble.
gobble,
One of
Google-
us.
That is a great movie.
It is, and not a horror
Probably-
film at all. I will
Mm.
fight anyone that says it's a horror
I
film.
need to rewatch
It's a
it.
sad movie.
Yes.
It's-
very, very sad.
What movie are we talking
Freaks.
Freaks?
Freaks
Yeah.
from 1930s.
Very fucking good.
It's a
Just
great
because of like
movie.
the
Yeah.
limitations that it had, but it still
about?
fucking
It's like
went.
Circus Freaks.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 It
I've
really,
heard
really
of it.
good.
You know,
Yeah.
that's
Pretty
when
sure I've heard of it.
CGI was still in infancy. You gotta.
They're just implementing.
It was like Freaks,
Yeah.
then Jurassic Park, and Terminator.
It's like Freaks, Greatest Showman.
there you go.
the big holdup with CGI was.
Yeah.
So
they
no,
had
real
to
quick
develop
too. This was a
tanks
kind
and
of cool
shit
scene
like
The
because like, she voted
Garfield
for
movie.
herself, so
Yeah.
it's like she's coming out of her shell more and being like, fuck it, we could win. Why not? I'm just gonna vote for myself. Who cares?
Yeah, and he was encouraging it, right?
Yeah.
See,
Which
the
ends up being like
the red hat
a
is supposed to
detriment.
signify
Yeah.
something.
when everything comes about.
Yeah, they're making a big deal.
Oh,
about this,
man.
right?
Just you
That's
wait.
Almost like, hey, let me kind of get. It's almost it's Icarus. As soon as I get a little cocky, boom.
See, this is kind of like the scene where she becomes the Joker.
Oh, okay. There's some manipulation going on right there.
Yeah.
Did you
some
see
hat-
that?
some
There
hat.
was some ballot
Okay.
shit going on. she was kicking a lot of the votes underneath the table so that they wouldn't get counted. Is what it looked like.
Which
Gotcha.
represents that she's
She
kicking the
is
votes.
playing that part. Girl 2.
Well, but she's like, I have some
Mario.
ballots. She just said, I have some ballots for you.
Cat girl.
As far,
Did
there
she
was,
just collect
There was
some-
some kind of.
I'm gonna double
manipulation
back
going
really quick.
on.
I can catch back. Up.
Yeah, I just glanced at it, but it clearly and listen to that music. Listen to that music. It's saying
Yeah.
there is devious things going on.
There's some
This is
shenanigans going on.
Scooby Doo
So-
level shenanigans going on right now.
And
Row, Raggy.
Some monkey
So okay,
business.
it wasn't
Yes.
her. No, it wasn't her. It was him. It was the guy that came up and pulled her and kissed her. He grabbed it from her and like kind of.
I'm looking at the.
Yeah,
feet.
but they're
But
probably.
then didn't she
But
grab?
I'm probably
didn't
I
she
know,
in-
but
pull-
they're
I
probably
just
in cahoots.
rewatched it. It
Didn't she
literally
pull
he-
something out of his
Yeah,
coat?
you would be looking at
She-
the feet.
The fake vote?
Oh,
Replacing him with
yeah,
fake
yeah,
votes,
they're in
and
cahoots.
the other one's down and kicked him underneath the.
So
the
it's a
podium.
ploy. They're both in on it. She isn't being red hats. Not
It's a
innocent.
trap. It's a trap.
It's a fucking trap.
The town's a fake.
The
We've
town-
all been suckered
We've
in.
been suckered in. Someone go back and get a shitload of dimes.
Finkel is Einhorn. Finkel
Einhorn.
is Einhorn.
Finkel.
Einhorn is Finkel.
All right, I wasn't listening, so can we go back from the very beginning of the movie?
Yeah, exactly. Let's
Well,
do that.
Yeah, we
We're
gotta
gonna start
rewatch
from
it.
minute 29.
Yeah, minute 29.
Minute 29. Can we solve
Yeah,
the first
29 minutes ago, we were just at the beginning of the
So
movie.
they just won.
They won, and she's like,
Tommy
"Oh my
and
god, we did it!"
Oh, Tommy and Carrie.
Yeah!
Now it's a poetry reading.
Ben, who? Real quick, who composed this? Is it the same guy that did like Poltergeist? Because the music sounds really fucking familiar.
See, I mean,
Could be.
Sorry, Glenn, didn't mean to play
Did you
footsies
hear
with
it? Like,
Pino Donaggio.
Pinot
Pinot du
Noir.
Music by Pino Donaggio.
Music by Pinot Grigio.
P-I-N-O.
I'm just making a joke on Pinot Grigio.
Oh, yeah.
Penis
Pinot
Naggio
Noir.
made the.
But all right.
penis. Hey,
So,
penis. Hey,
what
penis.
movie were you saying?
Poltergeist.
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 Because it sounds very much like the opening.
Shit,
of
I have to go
Poltergeist.
way the
Jim
fuck.
Geist.
Pino has a huge movieography.
Pino's huge. Good for him.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
But is he a shower, not a grower?
Yeah, dog.
That's
Both.
what we, okay.
He's a shower and a grower.
All
So he's a
right.
double negative. I like it.
Penis joke.
He's a real cocksmith.
We did it, Reddit.
A cocker spaniel.
That's his dog. Look at that gremlin.
This bitch is gonna get it.
You dirty bitch. I may not know a problem when I see one, but I know a bitch when I see one.
I don't know what voice you're trying to do, but you just sound like Whitey Duvall.
He's waiting to walk
You
in.
got very
Yeah,
nice,
we'll
man.
have to off-screen
We'll do that in post.
You
We'll do
better
that
get
in
in that
post.
closet,
I have
Peter
no idea
Schmidt.
what movie or show it comes from, but it's
Yeah.
it's awesome.
So
I
The
would
only
love it. I would love it if
thing
like they
of
were
his
off
of note that
and like
I'm
the bucket
seeing,
goes down, just misses
that
it
I-
entirely.
I say of note, anything that I'm aware
You know who
of
it doesn't miss
is
Tommy.
Seed of Chucky
Does not miss
Okay.
Tommy.
that
Seed of
he did the
Chucky.
that he did the music for.
Okay.
Oh, doesn't she look beautiful? I'm gonna zoom in on this.
Let's kiss.
Oh,
He
that
also
is-
did the 1983 Hercules,
Oh, bellissimo.
but
Oh,
yeah,
Facciolini.
nothing. This is a. It's
Nothing
not bad
bad's gonna
musical
happen.
intonations. It's very 70s, very stylistic, but it's very generic. I will say that. So matching Poltergeist and all that, I can see it. It's not like a John Williams or Danny Elfman
Yeah.
where it's their style, kind of thing.
Or a Howard Shore.
Or
Do you know Howard Shore?
Or an
no,
Al
but
Roker.
the one for our channel name, I should be able to. Miguel Sapacho. No, not Sapacho. That's the director. God damn, you know who I'm thinking of?
Get a popular.
What's the
girls,
name?
get 'em.
Ramin Djawadi.
Thank
Get
you,
him, Lord.
Ramin.
My name is Lord. Yeah.
My name is Lord.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Jack Jordan Cursey.
Oh, and Sue's there. Sue came to the dance to support her friend.
Sue, you
Sue
bitch.
Dog. Take it another.
Not to be
Sue, you
confused
ignorant
with
slut.
Jackie Jordan Kersey.
Not to
My
be
name
confused
is
with Jack
Lord.
Jordan Cursey. My name
Wow. Okay, glad we have to drink. That was a pretty hyper inside joke. Like that happened last night.
is. Not to be confused with Jack
Yeah,
Jordan
yeah.
Cursey.
Happy out, cheers, bro.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, Potaboo. I've missed you, baby.
You can have her.
I'll take her. You can take Drag Gunner.
No, I don't want any dog. My name is Mudman.
My name is.
My name is
This
Bud.
scene's like
My name is
a
Carrie.
lot. My name's Jim.
Damn it! I was trying to get there. Nice, I'll give you that one. I was trying to get. I was like,
Shadow.
I was waiting
Okay,
for him
so
to
she's
stop. I was
actually
like,
not like she's on Carrie's side. She's
She's
like
on watch.
some shit's popping off.
And he kissed her on stage.
Now
too.
here's the thing: was that kiss a ruse or was it genuine?
well, okay. By the book
Tongue
wise, spoilers books. It was genuine. Like they didn't have to kiss in the book. I don't believe, but he was starting
At
to.
that point,
He was starting to fall for her, like genuinely,
Yeah.
because he saw what kind of good person she was, and he actually is a good person.
Guy, yeah.
Like he's not in on
He's
the
Steve.
joke.
He's Steve from Stranger Things. Like he's kind of a douche, but like he's actually a nice
No,
guy.
he's no. He's
What is
more
Stranger Things?
fucking Frodo in Stranger Things. Sean Astin. He's that.
Sean Astin is in Stranger Things.
Yes.
Are you
And
talking
that's
about
also
Billy?
same way as
Yeah.
GMG.
No,
Okay.
no.
Sam.
Sean Astin. Fucking
Raphael
Rudy.
the Ninja
Rudy.
Turtle.
Rudy.
Oh, okay.
Same
Well,
was GMG.
yes.
Not Frodo.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Samwise.
Oh shit! She just got slimed
Oh,
on Nickelodeon.
She
Yeah,
that's a perfect screencast.
She's a dude.
That's what you
He's a
get.
dude.
A lot of
It's-
them have really
That's
been
what you
pretty
get for not being normal, Carrie.
Welcome to Good Burger. Welcome to fucking Good Burger.
Jack, come on.
Wow, Slimer.
Inaudible.
Oh, and
Period.
Girl
Silent. I
Girl
lo-
two. Girl two
Yeah.
is the one that makes it okay to laugh. That's
Yes.
a huge thing.
Yes.
Because she's the bitch.
Yeah.
What if everyone was just like, "What the fuck? Are you okay, Carrie?"
I know, like whatever. She's like the only fucking psychopath.
What the hell? Yeah,
laughing.
Tommy just said, "What the hell?"
That is
You know.
exactly the conversation we had in the book thing. It was like because it's so
Oh,
now we
knocks-
get
knocks
and
him
now
out.
the one person that would stand up and make it okay for her just gets taken out of the equation.
Yeah.
Right? He just gets knocked out
Classic.
Oh.
here.
So that
And so-
triggers Carrie.
No.
Well, her is what sets everyone else off because there's no one defending
They're
Carrie. in
all
this.
gonna laugh at you. This wasn't in the book, and this is the line that sticks out to me. And I've been wanting to bring this up, but I knew we were doing this. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. And this
And
see-
her mother's voice just going
in the back of her head, because that wasn't a line in the book, but this is an iconic line from this movie right
And
here.
that's all she can focus in on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the whole
This
thing
has
is,
been
it's
done
because,
pretty well.
and the whole thing is, and that's what's sad is like, you know, teens are like douches. So like, a lot of them probably are like, what the fuck? But then
are.
they start laughing because they're uncomfortable. So it's like very circumstantial, too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I think at a time like this, you gotta revert back to like Joe Dirt and be like, you gotta use the reverse psychology and be like, I like having chili dogs thrown at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You
I
know,
like
he
being
also
covered
didn't
in
grow
pig
up-
blood.
Well, he grew up totally almost opposite of this.
I will
right?
say
not,
this.
not having parents and just
being a
and here's the horror element.
Like,
This-
okay.
because and now
Ben, because I
he
think
had a
you-
meteor.
I think you brought it up earlier. Like, I wasn't sure if it was through the first watch through or this one, but like, how like she was like in the book she was supposed to be like a lot more, I guess, quote unquote, uglier and stuff. But this chick, like, she does a fucking good job of looking psychotically creepy.
oh yeah.
For the movie.
Well,
She
yeah,
does a
and the thing,
fantastic
Sissy Spacek,
job.
fantastic actress, and if you're gonna listen to the audiobooks, she has the audible version. She does the narration of
These
it.
people getting
Does a great job.
Taken
they're getting
Ow.
hosed.
Yeah.
Hose getting hosed.
And now here's they're keeping true to it. The sprinkler systems. She's setting off the sprinkler systems. She's not technically killing them. She's just locking them in and setting up the sprinklers.
That's all she did in the other one.
I know.
And lock the doors.
And lock the door. Most of the doors.
The ones that she knew about is
And
what
these
the
people
way
are
I
getting,
read it.
Yeah.
These people are getting pulverized.
But now
I
the
think
thing-
a bunch of people are about to get
Yeah.
liquidated.
Literally.
This is
So
like
now, I missed
this
it.
is like that scene in Spider-Man 2 where
With
Doc,
Ock.
yeah, where like
Dude,
his claws are like going
hang
crazy
on.
in the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I missed it. Did Mrs. Miss Collins go running up to her and she chuck her back?
I don't know.
I missed it.
Yeah.
We had too many good conversations.
We
going
did.
on.
Yeah.
So now are you saying that like these people are just like all Carrie did was just simple stuff, and then this is just like the human ignorance of everybody starts freaking out because of something they don't understand, and they start killing themselves. Is that what I'm supposed to get from this scene?
No. Notice all the electrical shit going off.
Oh, there goes Mrs. Collins.
There's Miss Collins.
See ya.
Yeah, Mewtwo couldn't do this shit.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
good.
screen.
I give you a high five on that.
That is a beautiful screen.
That was a cool shot.
Yeah.
The one with all of the flames behind her. This one's good too.
The
Not some of
walking,
the flames.
just.
What pig blood?
Oh, hi, Ann Hibble. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh,
Hey, Ann Hilbert.
I don't know who that is.
Nope.
Hey, Jack. The white dress with blood on it. Think about what it represents. What happened the first part of the movie?
Yeah, no, period.
That's.
No, that you had a very good conversation about the purity and that being.
You know what's funny
this
thing?
is where it finally comes back.
Yeah, 99.9%
You
of
can
that.
be proud of your son, Ann. We had that full discussion earlier.
Yes.
99. Congratulations.
Touchdown, Oklahoma.
99.9% of that was all
Menstruation.
bullshit.
Fuck yeah, it was.
Yeah. I haven't made a single period joke this whole night.
You made a couple jock.
See,
jokes,
the red fire truck is a
I like how they just, like,
representation
ignored her.
of the
Oh, he is ham.
That's why
sauced.
fire trucks became red.
yeah.
Yeah.
Killer.
See, yeah, now this is just like, now she's like, let's fucking murder her.
Oh, we do get to see. Okay.
Oh, that's a cool
Yeah, that's actually a really cool screenshot.
Bam!
That's a good dinner right there, baby.
Suck it, Mewtwo.
Suck it, Mewtwo.
Oh, she just straight up blows him up. I like
Yeah.
that. I like the how
Danny Zuko.
how
and
they
all?
just finishes their
Dan
story.
is
Yeah,
Zuko.
Just you guys fucked up.
Attempted murder.
You're trying to go after me. I'm gonna kill you
Yeah.
specifically.
Spoiler alert, you're dead.
She goes home to Nick Fury saying, "You did a good job killing everyone in that, Carrie." Why don't you join
So okay,
the
so in our
Avengers?"
discussion, Luke, on Monday, I was incorrect about because I thought I misread because I haven't seen this movie in probably 10 years.
Yeah, me
I thought
neither.
I thought she'd killed her
Right.
mom before she went to the prom, kind of thing, and just nullified her at
I
that
like how
point
you rhymed.
or
Yes.
something. I made that
Yeah.
comment.
You made that comment.
You know,
that
but
she did it beforehand.
I was incorrect about it.
Killed
You know,
her
obviously,
mom.
seeing it. You know, but I do like that they're getting to this kind of build up going because I honestly thought it ended in the prom like she was supposed to die.
Before
From
the
my
prom.
memory of the movie, she died in the prom itself.
yeah.
Kind of thing.
I think like killing
but-
her mom beforehand would have just been like left like
Yeah, it
would've
would
feel
have.
sympathetic.
it
It
would've-
would have set the
Yeah, it
tone
would've set the
entirely
tone.
different for believing in her fitting in and
Yes.
letting herself fall into it. Right?
I'm glad I was wrong about
Yeah.
how I remembered it.
It's
Or
not-
how
th-
you know.
overall, this has been fairly true to the book. There
Yeah.
have not been any major changes.
I
that
remember
were, like,
watching it.
There's been some omissions.
omissions more than anything, but no
But-
like specific changes
No.
that were confusing.
No,
Not
exactly.
gonna
It's a short
lie.
book, so it helps. And so you're just missing the inner dialogues, which is fine.
I think they've done a good job.
You know,
of showing
the
it
only thing
overall.
new was the Mrs.
Show don't
Collins
tell.
and Sue scene.
I'm not
You
gonna,
know,
I'm not gonna
Sue
lie.
and Tommy
Carrie's
scene
mom,
that was not in the book itself.
kind of a bitch.
Who?
Carrie's mom.
Oh.
Well, see, the first time I
Oh.
watched
Kind of
this,
a-
I
Well,
was-
I was
I know,
told.
I know
no,
I'm in the minority here.
no.
saying
Here's
it.
the thing. I was told because she's a mom, she can't be the worst person in the book.
There was an
that's
attempt
stupid.
to
Because
well,
it's always said that I look at the mothers as the worst characters. No, in this one, I'm not wrong. I'm
there
not
was an
wrong.
attempt in
No.
our book review to shed some light on Carrie's mother's
Devil's
background,
advocate
which-
type shit.
Yeah, and it was a reasonable point of
It
view.
was.
It doesn't end up working out for what we really know about her, but that doesn't. It's one of those like, do you blame the bully or do you blame the bully's parents who beat him, and that's what caused him to be bullied?
I would
right? Like,
never.
that's-
Okay,
like,
here's
and we
the-
didn't get my
here's
favorite
the whole
side,
thing about that though. Here's the thing: we all experience hardships in life. It's how you respond to those hardships that really defines who you are as a person.
But if you're not
True,
raised, if
but
you're not
it's-
raised in that certain
where
aspect
do you,
of
where do
being
you have
able
the start
to do
line?
it,
Where do you have the start line okay, well, this is exactly how you were raised, and how do you deal with that of being the only way you know how to think?
It's the choice.
Yeah.
No, but
Sometimes
But
you're-
if you don't
you're
know,
raised
you
to
have
not-
that
you
choice.
you have to be taught, like, because it's the nature versus nurture kind of thing.
nature versus nurture. Nature always wins.
It does.
Crab cakes
But-
and football.
But
Enough
it's to the point of her
Get him,
her mother
Sack.
raised her with this mentality, with this instinct, for her to be bullied and picked on and done all this, and didn't guide her. So when she got her period at 17 years old,
Yeah.
and by the movie standards,
Very
30,
crucial.
34.
Very crucial to the Carrie lore, might I
You know,
add. Her
so
having her period.
and it really is. I mean, it's a big thing, and her mother not telling her anything about it, teaching her, and just
Ugh.
holding her back.
You had your period.
this fruit fly just had
Fly
his last
period.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know,
I caught it though.
and but that's the thing. It's it starts with the mother's fault for not teaching her child properly, and then in the end, everybody else piling on top of it. Now, I don't take away blame from the other people in the fucking fault,
Yeah.
but it starts with the mother's action.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't really matter
How
how
hard
hard
you
you try.
Keep that
She
in
goes with
mind.
the bath
as
here.
Does
Does
rhyme
everybody
to
agree
remind
with that?
myself how
What?
I tried.
Does she
so
have the shower
hard,
option
in spite of the way you
here?
were about
I
me.
know. I would have done the
She's-
shower. I would not be
She
like.
goes with the
all
bath.
the times
here.
you
Yeah.
fought with me,
I would not be wanting to bathe in like my friends.
but at
gray
times
matter.
it got so things
Hard.
aren't the way they were before.
before.
Oh,
You wouldn't even recognize me anymore.
Not
Not
that
that
you knew
she's
me back
completely
then,
clean.
but it wouldn't
All comes
have
back to
That was
me.
good. That was good. That was a good fucking clip change right there. That didn't get bad.
Oh, sorry.
We have really lucked out on screenshots.
Yeah, we really have, honestly.
Watch,
I
the
missed-
last one's gonna be
was there
fucking,
one
like,
that we-
horrible.
I actually wasn't looking at. So was there like a shot that we shouldn't have gotten to
Yeah,
screen?
yeah.
Okay.
Borderline.
Okay.
I'm glad we didn't have the question.
Fair.
Areola.
Hey, Ariel.
Hey, as the guy who literally had to go through every episode of Game of Thrones, or from season 2 on of Game of Thrones, and make sure I don't screen grab at the wrong spot, I can appreciate an auto screen
And
grab
that's
thing.
what I appreciate about
Carry
guys.
you, bitch.
Bring that back about 20% squirrely, Dan. Is that what you're pretty sure? Is that what you're pretty sure? That's the line of it.
Oh, that's kind of sad. She's kind of a tragic character in a way. It's always the characters
Hey,
who...
hang on. So I should have killed myself when you put it in me.
So her
This
mother
is-
is talking about the relationship with her father and her guilt as a parent growing up with
Yeah,
her
but do you-
own insane.
But do you
religious
notice that's always like the characters with like psychic powers who have like the most traumatic experiences? Why do you think? Why do you think that is?
It's
well, when you're in that in tune with, well, in this case, TK gene, and you are in, there's a lot going on, right? Like, you have a certain complexity of mental awareness that you have to even have that, just by nature, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it arises through stressful situations. And like again, always coming back to a Harry Potter situation, before he goes to Hogwarts and finds out that he's a wizard, which he finds out before he goes to Hogwarts, right? Harry, you're a wizard. And there's the whole stress-driven magic.
you're a witcher.
Where, hey, kid gets in trouble, intuition magic saves the kid. Harry ends up on the school roof at one point because he's running away from the bullies. There's a stress-driven stress-driven aspect to magic in a lot of stories, and that's the uncontrollable side of it. And it ends up protecting the magic wielder a lot of times, but it can also be internalized and become detrimental too. So it's
I think
it's a tool, right? It's a double-edged sword.
I think
Yeah.
too, like if you go really into it, it's like you were saying, like it's a tool, but it's also like I feel like it's a part of them. It's a reflex. Like we don't think to lift up our arm to do something if something's flying at our face. We just do it. So
Mhm. That's
naturally,
exactly. Yeah.
even if they don't know they can do it, it's just inherent nature. It's
Next
again the
time I
nature
do
versus
this-
nurture thing. Granted, like you get like karate experts and stuff to train their body to naturally do something.
no, yeah,
react
definitely should.
differently, but, like,
I find it easier,
yeah.
and
definitely.
Yeah, no, it's.
but yeah, it's one. So like,
oh no!
so yeah, like
there's
yeah.
a knife. That is a
I
creepy
thought that was
screenshot.
Eurythmics for a second.
oh, sweet dreams are made of like kind of that. I could.
Yeah, not exactly Eurythmics though, but there's a I want to call it a jock.
That's a good
jam.
screenshot,
It
too.
might be Sweet Dreams. That it kind of sounds like.
It has that. Yeah,
Notice the sign of the cross before she sticks the knife in. That's very crucial.
So yeah, so this scene that we're seeing, I mean, it's one that the mother's talking about. You know, we slept. This is what we were talking about earlier. The mother was like, "We slept in the same bed together. We didn't, but I never let him touch me. But I did finally once let him do it, and I loved it. And I fell victim to this, and that's how I knew you'd be the devil's child because I enjoyed what we did, kind of thing. And so that's the start of all of it.
Take.
Oh, that's an ouchie, bro.
That's a real ouchie, bro. You're 10-ply.
That was an orange peeler.
That's what
she's
you
crucifying her with
Yeah.
kitchen utensils.
Kiss my esthetician.
That's why you got to
You
put
can
away
kiss
the
your
dishes whenever
Hey,
you're
little
done.
silly.
Crust fuck off.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, that was perfect.
you do the dishes, you put away the dishes.
Notice
The
the
knives
moaning
don't
of
get
the
thrown at
knives.
you.
Yeah.
There's almost like a
It-
sweet
it-
release.
yeah.
Going on there.
No, I mean it's not like he's
Sorry.
not being. That's genuinely a
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
I'm not
description of it.
making a joke.
An orgasmic death.
Pretty
we can all
much.
beg for that, right?
I mean, some people are into the pain. Some,
Doesn't-
it's
I'm not gonna king shame.
no. I mean,
It
2020, yo.
doesn't matter. I had snoo.
So,
death by snoo.
Death
by snoo.
Death by snoo.
Cheers. I'm giving you a cheer because anytime a Futurama reference comes up,
I love Futurama.
oh,
Hey.
I heard that
sounded
in like
a
triple
little
stereo.
too-
That was in-
I love Futurama.
Futurama's good.
That's how we do it.
you're as
Because it brings
Perfect.
Another perfect screenshot.
Perfect
Look at that.
screenshot to
you're
where
such
we
a
are.
kind heart and warm as pastrami.
Notice how it's kind of
I gotta say,
it's kind of
I
an
love you,
allegory.
mommy.
It's kind of an
Boom.
allegory for the crucifixion of Christ.
Is that not a meme somewhere?
Well, it's a Mother's Day card.
Gotta be a meme.
Got a different one? That's what I just had. Oh.
I'll give you the lots of latte, love.
How's that latte one taste?
It's pretty good. It's pretty. I'm on the Mexican chocolate one myself.
Pretty good Mexican chocolate.
Latteable.
I am saving the last one for myself.
Thank you, sir.
So.
So there's a really important thing that you were getting to, Jack, about
Yeah, Jack.
The Steven
yeah,
verse?
Jack. Yeah, about Stephen verse. No, not about Stephen.
The crucifixion of Jesus.
No, about her. Well, the conversation you two, Ben and Jack, were having about her parents, and so whenever Carrie was born, her mother was convinced that she was pure and pristine,
Yeah.
due to like original sin kind of thing, right? She did a baptism, and Carrie grew up without sin, and so that was when when Carrie started developing breasts and had her period. That meant to her mother that Carrie had sinned, because those things only happen to women who sin.
Yeah.
Which is biologically fucking wrong. Right? I mean, that's clear, but like that was the big thing of whenever Carrie's mother found out about the period, it was just like, oh, you're a fucking sinner, and then she made her go in the closet and repent, and it just set all of this up. It was like, because then Carrie gets almost like real world experience through Sue and Mrs. Collins and Tommy of like, no, like you're a normal fucking human. We like you. We think we just don't know you, but we're gonna give you a shot.
And
Yeah,
Anne points
it's
out
sad.
that she was dirty. It meant
Yeah.
that she was dirty. She was not the pure one.
Right, because
kinda
she
thing.
clearly
And-
had sinned at some point.
Yeah,
or
and now you're
whatever.
talking movie style of it because that's
Weird
more
Al.
because
Hey, Weird Al.
yeah.
But don't
With the arrows in
download
But
this
look-
song.
Look at the
screenshot.
well yeah
I know.
yeah, but look at okay, you're missing it on the screenshot, but look at the arrows, gut
They
side
match-
side,
they
exactly where
Carrie's mother.
she just
Yeah.
got.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed whenever
I
she
mentioned
was,
the
her mother's getting
crucifixion.
hit, her hands were up against. That's
Well, yeah, you got the
But then-
crucifixion,
Well, here's the whole
but then
thing,
three
too.
darts
Yeah.
there.
Here's
but
the whole
now,
thing too, and this
hang
might
on,
have-
hang on, watch this last little bit here. Because there was a line said earlier in this evening of another movie brought up, and I want to reference this.
Poltergeist.
Nope.
Jason. There it is.
Poltergeist Voorhees.
Poltergeist Voorhees.
I love that film.
So after this scene at the very end. So we might have a moment because I can't remember how long this scene is. There, it's very.
It's probably like 29 minutes.
Probably.
But let's start over the whole film.
Let's do it again. Double feature. Double feature of.
Originally, we thought about doing double feature this one and the 2013 film at 2 times speed.
Oh, God.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, we were gonna knock out both. Yeah, were we gonna? Well, was your idea to do this one and the remake, or this one and the sequel? My idea was this one and the sequel.
Wait, there's a Carrie 2?
The Rage, Carrie 2, 1999. Yes.
What is there?
Do her
Carrie
and Cujo
X?
team up?
Is it?
And then there was Carrie remake, and then there was a Carrie miniseries. Apparently,
There was like the Carrie
Really?
where she like gets drafted by the New York Yankees.
Oh fuck! I'd watch
See,
that.
I was
then
thinking
there's-
of Carrie
God,
X, where she goes into space.
There
Oh,
was also the
I gotta get my
Carrie-
prom dress
Carrie,
back.
A new talent on American Idol.
Carrie new talent.
Carrie.
Then you also got.
Isn't she on
Carrie
Sunday
versus
Night-
Football.
Sunday
So
Night
this-
Football?
This is the scene I was thinking of.
Carrie
When,
versus
when you had
Walfro.
mentioned the very last scene of
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, sitting in the boat, very calm, very just thank God.
Carrie White burns in hell
Yes.
for sale.
Yeah.
So her
Even in death, she can't catch a fucking break.
and this is Sue coming up and seeing this.
So what are we supposed to believe the time passed from that incident of the house?
Like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, she just died.
She just died. Somebody put
So
it
we're not
there,
sure if
some-
this is genuine or if this is dream sequence. Just saying.
Yeah, it's
You
never
know,
been
but she's
confirmed.
coming up because Sue genuinely, yes, was she the one that started or had a major hand in the assault on Carrie? Sure, but she also genuinely was trying to be the good person. And there are some things from the books, cut out. Obviously, hard to pull off, because it's an internal monologue thing. But this scene here, kind of matches to it because. She's looking at looking at flowers, but she might be looking at her stomach.
The
kind
flowers.
Of, because, but
Oh
shit!
That!
Oh my god!
So it's a dream sequence, but so you brought up the Freddy or the Jason thing, and this was one of the first ever end of the movie horror film jump out and grab you, could it not be over mentalities that Jason played off of. Like Jason was the next one to do it,
Okay.
kind of thing.
Like,
and so
is he back?
He
well,
gets
yeah,
more.
so
he
and here's
gets
the thing,
more-
in Halloween spoilers, it wasn't Jason killing him, it was Jason's mother.
Jason's
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah.
But at the very end of the movie,
Classic Grendel,
yeah,
Beowulf style.
but
Good
Yeah.
movie.
But
Good
at the end of the movie,
for
the
sure.
girl's floating on the boat, and then this little fucking freak jumps out of the water and pulls him in.
Woo!
But
We did it, Reddit. We watched the movie.
we did.
Give me some
So,
gold.
so
That's
okay,
29 minutes of it.
Luke, if I may, I'm gonna go with a couple quick notes, difference from the books to
Sure,
here,
sure, yeah,
just
sure.
kind of knock it out. I'm gonna pause this so I don't have the music play in my ear anymore.
We're gonna keep listening.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
It's very
Uh,
sensual.
But
waiting for Nick Fury to show up.
But like, so two things. My number one favorite thing from the books was not in this movie, which I'm a little disappointed about. It was
I'll be back,
Chris's
I'm gonna-
dad as a lawyer coming in, threatening
That
the
was a good
principal,
scene. That was a good scene.
and the principal basically, fucks him down. He's just like,
He butt fucks him?
yeah, pretty much. The dad's like, well, I'm gonna sue you on assault on a teenager and did this and this and this, and the principal's like, okay,
Hey,
well,
we can pull in loco parentis, and that means we can also protect Carrie under
Exactly.
the exact same thing for what your daughter and all of those other bitches did to her.
exactly. And the dad, who's the shyster lawyer, is like, oh, well, you can't. And then we don't hear anything else from it, but it doesn't go anywhere. But it's a good shutdown scene. It's a good scene of the school protecting their student, kind of thing, making you feel like, okay, they're actually doing their job a bit. So it's a great scene. And then also, we don't get to play up. I know it's hard to do because in internal monologue, the miscarriage / missed period or late period of Sue, because we get the internal monologue of
But
hers.
there was no unprotected sex for
No.
her with
No.
Tommy that we really ever
No,
saw.
because
There
she just
was
pulled
a
him
little-
to. Yeah,
just a
she
little-
pulled him to the back of the bleachers and whatever. Just asked
Okay,
him,
So it was just kind of
"Hey, would you
yeah.
mind doing this kind of thing?" And so it was, which I'm okay with. The way they did the movie wise, but that is an impactful thing, especially with that last scene of Carrie grabbing out of the ground. Because that last scene, literally the last line of the book was, "And her period started," talking about Sue. Where okay, was it a miscarriage? Was it just maybe a late period because of everything going on? Leaves it up in the air and open for discussion. But
That'd be a pretty. I mean, honestly, that's pretty quick for the miscarriage thing to be.
not necessarily.
No, because that was only a couple days. It was
Okay.
only a couple days.
Fine, fair.
But
They'd started having sex like a month beforehand. And that's the thing. It's
it was
just
their 7th time.
their 7th time within a month. So could have happened the
So-
first time when he put the
so-
condom on the wrong way.
Still pretty early. For
I know.
that.
But I'm just it was implied.
The poetic justice could have led to it.
Yes, kind of thing. And I'm okay with them cutting that part out. I'm not okay with them cutting out the principal scene. I really wanted that one, and I couldn't remember if
It
that
was
was
almost like redemption for that the principal because
Yeah,
he
could not remember
he was
her-
a douche. Not really a douche, but
He
he was just a doofus.
a
I think.
public school administrator. And
he
I'm-
was a real officer doofy about it.
I mean, he was a public school administrator who has got so many kids to worry about and so much shit going on that this one scene, and then you know what? I have this one, instance of, fuck you. I'm going to take side of my teacher. I'm going to take side of the bullied kid. It was a good scene to
absolutely.
encourage that. Beyond that, I think, honestly, almost shot for shot, it was, except for the Miss Collins talking to Sue, almost straight up from the book, which you don't see. That shows how much, at least back in the 70s, they
When you
cared
have a
about
200-page book. That helps.
it. Does. Yeah, it's a very quick book to work with. So
It's a very visual book.
yes.
So, Jack, any final thoughts on the movie? Any new thoughts that you had while watching this for the first time?
All right, so I'm gonna be honest. The first time I watched this movie, I didn't like it very much. Basically, I don't know. The thing with these kind of movies, like these old movies, is that people will explain what happens, and it's like this girl goes crazy and then kills everyone at her prom.
And you miss like all the context for everything.
But like it happens, but it's like it happens at the very end of the movie, and it's like just like an hour and a half of like just like filler, all this nonsensical stuff. But I'm gonna be honest. My second watch through it, I kind of grow a new appreciation for the movie, and I like it a little bit better. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm in love with the film, be like, oh my god, this is a classic. I loved it so much. But all in all, I can kind of I have a new appreciation for it, and it's all right.
Yeah,
not
that's
too
good.
not too bad, not too good. I don't know. So far, I'm not a big fan of the Stephen King movies as of yet. I've saw the first It. Well, I saw the new It, Chapter 1 and 2. I thought 1 was an okay movie. I thought It Chapter 2 wasn't good at all.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's fair. I just very much disagree.
I mean, yeah, you can.
It's no. That's fair.
No, we have a disagreement, so we have to hate each other now. That's what happens.
We'll talk about it later.
I don't even need these anymore.
So, Glennie, first time watching the movie, what did you think? I mean, obviously, this isn't like the best way to watch a movie the very
God.
first time.
Right. Period.
Well, I thought the movie was okay. I loved the thing I liked the most about the movie was that it was one of those movies where you watch it and then you're like, oh my god, I need to just restart this movie now because the first
29 minutes.
I don't know, like
so great.
I'm just
So
gonna say
good.
29 minutes of this was unbelievable. I need to watch it again. The thing I hated about the movie, however, that there was all the handful of assholes talking about just talking about stuff like Mewtwo and all this hoopla. No, but it was kind of your run of the mill Stephen King movie.
Because you've seen a handful of the bigger ones for sure. Where would you rate it from the ones that you know? Like, is it pretty good? Is it really good?
Pretty good. It was pretty
Would you
good.
recommend this in the top 3 Stephen King movies?
No,
No,
I'm asking Glenn.
I know.
probably not.
Okay, that's to me.
But
That's the
asking
thing.
Glenn-
Like,
Yeah.
would
that's
this
fair.
be in the top 3 of ones that you would recommend to somebody? I don't think it would be that for me even. Like, but it's hard to say. Oh, you got fucking Green Mile and like there's some
Yeah,
really
Green Mile,
Shawshank.
There's some
Stand
really
by
big
Me,
dives, like-
yeah. Even, but okay, if I'm going horror, like, because those are all 3 that I just mentioned are non-horror Stephen
yeah,
King.
they're
If
not
I'm going
actual
horror Stephen King, no, even still, there's better ones, better adaptations or remakes. I love this. I actually do like this movie. Don't get me wrong. I should have said that with my final thoughts and everything. I really do enjoy this movie. Sister Spikes kills it. John Travolta's fucking great, and everybody else
John Travolta's
does their role
in it.
You know,
right?
In it, you know, yeah, he does it well. But
he drinks a PBR.
He gets a blowjob.
And a
and
blowjob.
a blowjob. You know, that's every man's dream. Every man's dream.
Kill a pig, get a blowjob, drink a PBR.
Exactly.
There you go.
He's like, the only way that I'm going to be in
that
this
actually
movie
is in
is.
reverse order. but you know, it's a great introduction to Stephen King. If nobody has ever seen, read any of Stephen King's stuff, I would say, you know what, watch this one first. And then I would probably throw them onto Stand By Me to show them the dynamic of. Oh yeah, that was
I like Stand By Me.
The body.
The body.
Hey,
Yep.
The bidet.
Yep.
The bidet.
Sorry.
He also wrote that.
The bidet. The bidet that started
Hey,
attacking
when
people.
I was gone, nobody called me an asshole, right?
Only 4 times.
Okay, all right.
Alright,
Yeah,
yeah.
we haven't hit our quota of 6.
We did.
So, but you know, with it, is it a good movie? Is it a classic '70s horror thriller movie? Sure,
Right on par with that.
It stands up there with Halloween. It stands up there with no, well, not on a horror film, but on the iconic level. Like if you think about,
I'll
like,
give you that one. Yeah.
if you name, if you ask me to name my top 20 '70s movies. I wasn't born in the '70s, so I'm going back before that. Carrie is on that list because it stands up in time. Because you can show this.
Stands by you.
It stands
Stand
by
by
you, but you
me,
can
yeah.
show this to
Stand
anybody,
by
any high
me.
schooler, of any generation,
And they'd be
it
like,
would resonate.
boobs.
Like
Bush.
it resonates.
Boom, Bush, period. Yes.
There's dated stuff in it,
Trifecta.
but it resonates. There's stuff that everybody can understand, and it's a timeless story. You know, at least in the modern era, timeless story. So that's all I have to go with it. So would I recommend it for people? Yes. Is it in top 5? No.
Yeah, that's fair. But we also have 40 years of movies
Yeah.
of Stephen King's works to work with, right?
Exactly.
Sam, you've seen
Yes.
it before.
Yes.
Anything new that you got from it watching it this time, other than Mewtwo?
Yeah, other than Mewtwo. So, because I kind of caught the tail end because I had to run real quick, but I caught the tail end of kind of what Jack was talking about, and I definitely do agree with him where the first time I watched it, I was really kind of disappointed because I was like,
That's right.
I heard that this was supposed to be a really, really good like movie, and I was kind of disappointed, and it kind of makes me want to go back and rewatch like The Shining because I remember when I first saw that, I was like, what is... And I'm not trying to spoil it because I don't think you've seen The Shining, or
I have seen The Shining.
okay,
But we'll...
and I fucking hated that movie, and I did not like
As
it.
a movie, it's good. As an adaptation,
But
as
like,
a movie, it's
yeah.
fair.
But so I
It's
agree with
iconic.
Jack. Yeah.
there.
So it's like I agree with Jack where it's like rewatching it. I guess that expectation was the expectation. It wasn't there. So like I wasn't as disappointed because you do hear kind of going off of what Benji said of like it's iconic. You've heard about this movie before. You know, if you don't know necessarily the plot, you know about Carrie with the whole pig blood thing. It's been was it like parodied
It's
and memed and played to death. Like so you know that iconic scene. And so it does resonate with people, and as an icon, I would say that. But at the same time, I think when the first time I watched it, I was going in thinking that it was going to be, and this is where I would say that we differ. I thought it was going to be like Halloween, which I will consider one of the best. I think it's one of my top favorite movies of all time.
Halloween
I
is like my
love
favorite
Halloween.
scary. Like
Yeah.
Halloween when it's like Halloween time, I love watching
It's like my
Halloween.
top favorite. So I was kind of thinking it was going to be like
No,
that.
and I agree with. And when I say on par with Halloween, it's that '70s horror,
There's a style.
like that iconic.
Yeah, and that and
that's
I
all
get
meant by
that.
'cause
You hear
I agree with you. I agree with you hands
That's
down.
Halloween, right? Or is that Jason?
That
That's Friday the 13th.
That's Friday.
that's
the
Friday the
13th.
13th.
Fuck.
Halloween is
Yeah. No. But you hear that? You know, you Sam Loomis and stuff like those are iconic characters and
Yes.
Day bow bow.
But no, so yeah, like it's still an iconic thing to where I don't think it's as good as Halloween, but I will agree that it's totally
Of the like I said, of the '70s movies. If you ask me, it's gonna be my top 20. Just along with Halloween.
yeah.
Halloween
It's
in my
one of
top
those.
20.
It's, like I said, you know the scene, you know the character.
But what I say is it a horror? Is it of the top horror films of all time? Absolutely not.
No, but I still
Halloween
did.
is one of the top horror films.
But I still did get a fun kind of new appreciation for it, and not necessarily for the oh my god this is scary or oh my god this is interesting.
Oh my god!
But for the character aspect, hi Poe. But for the
dirty bitch.
But for like
Look
the
what you've done to my being.
but for the character aspect of it, I kind of liked and appreciated it a little bit more. For the kind of like I guess mental abuse and how sometimes we push.
just have to play that.
Exactly.
Here in a minute.
But sometimes how we like push our own ideals onto our kids, and then if they don't live up to that, like we feel there's a whole lot of fucking layers to this that like I just
it's very
like,
much
real
Ned
fucking
Flanders
layers,
to the nth
like
degree.
Shrek.
Yeah,
I was
was.
about to say like onions.
It is.
Shrek is love.
Yeah.
Shrek is life.
This is
Mrs.
my
White
swamp.
Flanderized
This
herself
is-
before Flanderization was a thing.
This is my
Yes.
swamp right now.
This is my swamp. Get out of it.
Yeah,
What
go
are you
ahead.
doing
So,
in
take
this
it
world?
my
Donkey.
thoughts on the movie. It was
I'm
a
sorry,
pretty
Marlon.
pretty good adaptation of the book. The book is worth reading. You get a little bit more of the inner monologue where they did a
Thank
good
God.
job
Oh my
showing
God. I
it.
can't wait for that.
I mean, Glenn just came his pants hearing about that, but overall, the book was enjoyable. There's a lot of interesting topics that they get into, deep human stuff, like teenager stuff that everyone's been through or has witnessed, and it's tough at times, and it's
Nice.
not nice. Is the idea? It's awkward and it's fucking frustrating, and
I'm just a kid.
then you
Life
add in
is
telekinesis and
That's
hypersensitivity to
telekinesis,
everything.
Kyle.
That's telekinesis. So I thought it was a pretty good representation of the book for sure, and I would recommend it. I wouldn't say that I love the movie, but I also wouldn't say that I love the book. I don't know if it's something that you're supposed to really enjoy.
Yeah.
It's one of those like uncomfortable reads.
It's a story.
And looking back at it now,
it
like
makes
this is
you
very
think.
valid.
Looking
So the
back
question we
at
had on
it.
Monday night of would you recommend this as the introduction to King?
It depends on what you're going for. It depends on who you're talking to.
It depends on who you're talking to. If I'm talking to somebody who enjoys scary movies or thrillers, I may recommend this.
Watching
like as a
Michael
second,
Jackson's
like because
Thriller.
I'm always gonna go it first. Like that's me. That's my bread and butter. That's why we started this whole fucking podcast. You know, but I'm gonna always recommend that. But Carrie will be after reading the book and watching the movie again, like full. I've never really been that vested in
Shrek
the
is
movie, and
love.
yeah, we were doing a
Shrek is
goofy
life.
watch along with it. But I actually tried watching. I think of the group, I was trying to watch the most of it.
Oh, we tried to.
I know,
I
but
turned it up as we went.
but
There was
it's
book
one
on
of those
screen we
like
were watching.
I would recommend this as just just for classic film because it has a very Hitchcock. It has a very just
Old feeling. to
Yeah.
it.
old feeling,
Honestly,
but a good like not badly done.
it's
Old
character-driven,
but good.
Yes.
Oldie but goodie.
And that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, it's character driven. It's less visual driven. Which
Yes.
there were a lot of really good visuals
Yeah,
too.
I mean the
But
yeah
it
the
doesn't
prom scene,
rely on visuals for good storytelling. Fucking Avatar.
fucking
Fuck that
Avengers.
film.
I'm not.
Wait, which
I-
one?
we
all
got-
of 'em.
We got time to let different conversation. Anyway,
I will
final thoughts. Anybody?
Final thoughts.
You've been doing final thoughts for 10 minutes. Final thought.
Okay, so if I were to give this movie a rating, this movie gets a solid C plus. It has good history. I can see what the movie's trying to do. I don't know, things age. Benji's freaking out about something.
I something for me and Luke. Sorry.
All right,
Oh, thank God.
thank goodness.
Ion.
All in all, pretty passable flick. My favorite, because I'm kind of an ignorant man, and I
see
didn't
that.
I didn't know, but my favorite is Stephen King. Stephen King is Stand By Me. That's what I'm going with.
Okay, Glenny. Final
Alright.
thought.
About this movie or Stephen King and Jen
Stephen King for this movie.
for this movie? It
I mean,
was
just-
definitely a movie.
Of all
I
the
will say
Picard
that.
teenagers-
I didn't hate the flick, but it's not like I'm gonna go rewatch it a bunch of times.
That's kind of how I feel.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. It's just kind of like
It's there.
I saw it.
It's there.
I was
Like
here.
if you
I
were
saw.
if you were on a flight and it was like two bad movies and Carrie, it's like, well, guess I'm watching Carrie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put it this way: if this is just me personally,
You're also not on microphone at all.
I'm hoping I was coming across. But
So
I'll put it for me personally. If it was this
Ooh,
versus
sounding
any
good.
of the Marvel Cinematic Universe apart from Ant-Man,
Well,
I'm
it's-
going this.
Okay. Final thought.
It's like shots fired right there for the cinematic.
I know. Ignore the Marvel comment.
Marvel shit right there. But no, final thoughts. Like I said, I agree. It's kind of one of those things where it's a movie. Like as weird as that is,
It
it's like
is a movie.
it's a movie. It's just like a movie in the purest fashion of like it's not super bad. It's not like
But it's not McLovin.
super fucking like, oh my god, this is a fucking cinematic masterpiece. So
It's not Joe Dirt.
no, it's not Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt.
But it's as weird as it sounds, like it's almost like one of those things where it's like it's a filler movie before we get to like Stephen King's like good movies. Like if it's like, oh, we need to make a movie for Stephen King so that it's still in Hollywood.
But
Let's
he
make
wasn't
Carrie.
even a thing. Like
Yeah.
he was.
This was his
This
first
was him
novel.
becoming a thing.
Like, yeah, this was
That's what's
legit
amazing
his
about it.
first novel he wrote in 1974
It
on
wasn't- it-
kind
it-
of on a whim.
It wasn't like, oh, Stephen King's this huge thing, and let's make
Okay.
this movie because it's him. It's no, this is a story, and it was made into a movie 2 years later.
Yeah.
Within 2 years of it
So,
being released,
I got a question
it
for you
was a
guys then.
feature film.
I got a
Like,
question
that's insane.
because you guys said that like the book at least and then the movie was like kind of uncomfortable and stuff like that. Do you think that was like what like definitely what he was going
That
for in
is what
his
he was
niche
Yes,
to where
that
it
is
was like,
that is
absolutely
King.
right.
it
That is
wasn't
King.
like it wasn't like let me
He
try to
does
make
not
this
want you to
really
feel
interesting.
good
Mhm.
for most of his
He's
books.
trying to make you go through feelings.
Yes.
It's trying to teach the human condition.
Could
in a
that
sword.
compromise story though?
It can, but the way he writes, he fucking writes people, and
Yeah.
everything that he writes, it hits you in your human chords, right? Everyone has felt these things to some extent, or seen them happen to other people to some extent.
Yeah, I will say this. It is relatable.
And
Like,
maybe
you
you
see
can
it.
like take it to the extreme, which is what he's doing, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, I can feel for her, and I can also see where her mom comes from, but she's a bitch.
Mm.
And she's ridiculously out of line. At what
Hey,
she's
watch it with the
doing,
B
but,
words, all right?
she's a real Babcock about it.
She's brutal beyond belief.
BBB?
She's a bungee cord.
Yeah.
She's a real Babylon 5.
I would even go one step further and say that like you can also kind of
She's
relate to like,
Batman Beyond.
some of the
That's a good
bullies
show.
and that aspect
Yes.
too. To where, let's face it, as people, we've all been douchebags at one point. To where we've been in school and we've just kind of gone along with the
And
crowd.
sometimes the timing is what makes it so terrible.
And
because-
sometimes why too.
and sometimes why is a vowel.
it is.
Yeah.
So you should check us out on Twitter and social medias at Floats Down Here. You can send us a digital balloon, or in this case, a digital tampon,
Yay! Digital tampon.
Oh.
to floatsdownhere at
Throw 'em at her.
gmail.com. Check out this show and all of our shows at thepodcastthat.com. That includes our Game of Thrones stuff, Harry Potter stuff, the podcast that gets lit, which starts on Monday. That's the next thing, live streaming here on the Drinks and Nose Things channel on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed so that you get the notification when that show goes live. That'll be Monday night around 8:30 Central Standard Time, the one true time zone. Subscribe to this show and all of our shows on iTunes and on YouTube, like I just said. Plus, all of our shows are produced with the love and support of our Imaginary Legion patron.
Just finish it. I'm trying to get
You
that.
can learn more about our reward tiers at patreon.com/stayimaginary.
Next month, we'll be checking out Salem's Lot with another special guest on the podcast, on the book review, and then we will be doing miniseries review.
I think so. It might not be a live commentary reaction because I have no idea how long the mini series is.
We'll have to
see.
look into it.
We'll see, but we will be doing some sort of review on
Yeah.
it for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So awesome. Until then, you'll float too.
stay imaginary.
That's it. Bye.
I said bye, everybody.
Slowly fading